Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Now, one of my favorite AFMAL shows of all time is Ultra Nova, as you can tell from the music that has just played before the video started. Unless you're watching the VOD and skipped the music, in which case, this is the only time I will suggest going back and doing that, because normally it's pointless. But what is Ultra Nova actually about? Well, it's about somebody who wants to actually become successful on StarTube, and idolizes this person by the name of Nona, and wants to be just like her, and get out of her bubble of solitude and actually do something, express herself creatively. Essentially, another performing arts school but specifically focused on social media, created by somebody who, no matter what you think of her, is incredible at the art of social media. That's not what we're here to talk about today, obviously. It just reminded me of this show, or at least the premise of this. Because, I mean, if you're going to have a YouTuber Academy, which is a more direct comparison, then I gotta play the song. But yeah, of course, we're judging this as a thing on its own, and also apparently this is set in the year 2050, so that's going to be interesting to think about as well. The idea that um, what speculative fiction do we have for what YouTube will look like, uh, you know, over a quarter of a decade from now, 52 years later. Not 52 years, sorry, not 52. That's over half a decade. I don't know why I just said that. What I meant to say was 27. 27 years from now. And I guess 30 years from its original publication in 2020. So what did they think about that? And what might come true and what might be horribly obsolete even 3 years ago? That's what we're going to find. Ghosty has been waving at me from the wings and definitely wants to say something about this. So here we go.
Speaking of Ultra Nova, I don't like the fact that most of the bullies are from the commentary community. Like in
Does that
actual,
not make sense?
no, actually, it doesn't
They
make
should
that
be beauty vloggers, to be fair.
Yes, it should be beauty vloggers because the beauty vloggers are always trying to take each other down. What's up
Yeah.
with the beauty community? Why y'all so fierce?
Yeah, see, the thing is, that didn't really come to light until after Ultranova, because at this point with Ultranova, for 2017, it was mostly the commentary community who were going after different people and either going at each other like they still do to this day, or just seemingly those who weren't doing that much to begin with.
Like,
So
believe it or not, most commentary channels, or at least commentary channels who I've actively spoken to, are pretty chill.
I mean,
Ultra Nova kind of get that wing of the internet pretty dirty.
I suppose there is the loud minority, but again, if I think back to the state of YouTube from 2016 and 2017, particularly, that was when the commentary communities were at their most fierce.
Oh yeah, Leafy. Leafy is here. I
For
don't know.
example,
Leafy is here. I almost forgot about those.
yeah, Rice Gum as well. Yeah,
I don't know. Rice Gum was more of a flexer than a commentary man.
yeah. Rice Gum was originally a troll account that got too into character. Yeah. So yeah, basically. So that's why it exists that way, and that's why it fascinates me that was reflected by somebody who was obviously living through that, but it reflects the internet at that time, which is why I'm interested to see this version where it's speculative fiction about what could happen in the future, essentially doing what Dan Snyder did for the internet in 2007, but we're just going way further. So who knows? Aiden has been yelling in the chat. Oh, and apparently KW is also here. So once again, I'm breaking the rules. I sent you in DMs because I had another guest, Aiden. What have you done?
Oh. Oopsie doopsies.
Look, I can leave. I can literally leave if you want. And it's just
Okay, everyone.
you want to join the live stream? And I'm like,
Okay.
I mean, I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, so for context, I was on a call with Aiden and KW before this started, and Ghosty messaged me and I said, oh, well, Ghosty's probably going to ask to join the stream, which she did. And then Aiden also asked if he could join the stream, if he specifically could, meaning that I thought I had the two guests, and that's why I didn't send the link in the group chat.
Which it's fine. I literally can leave. If you want me to go, I can literally go.
I mean, it's...
Three guesses is fine, but I'm going to set some ground rules. I'm going to limit it to at least 2 tangents.
No, I don't. I really...
2 tangents this stream. That means you, Aiden.
I can bring
Unless
out.
you're
I am very bad at controlling that.
I can bring out the timer again and do what I did with my Yeah, remember in my Shimmering Husband when people got so off topic that I set a 5-minute time limit?
Oh, speaking of my Shimmering Husband, God, I want to sit down with some people who were during the stream and actually write some of that.
Okay,
write
this is a prime example right here.
Well, okay, yeah. You bring things up and I expand on it. That's what I do. I expand on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so because that happens, I'm gonna do the stopwatch, and I'd say,
Yeah, no,
if
that's fine.
yeah, if I feel like we're rambling for too long, I'll just like start that. It's in a separate tab.
Okay, but just saying though, honestly, I do think I'm kind of ghosting the fact that I think Ultranova did commentary YouTubers too dirty. Like, I mean, I don't mind criticizing them, but I feel like the criticisms are really like, oh, you can't, as a commentary YouTuber, you can't say anything, or then you're just feeding drama. I forget the exact thing. I do remember it just feeling weird. I think the commentary YouTube talking about them was just very out of touch. It felt like a outsider talking about it, or like an outsider's perspective on it, but trying to have people on the entertainment industry who would know about that kind of stuff saying it, even though the outsider didn't know. It's like boomers
that's kind of
talking
the
about
issue with-
technology, not really understanding it, but maybe writing someone who knows about
We got
writing
the
a
idea.
character.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of the issue with when you specify on a particular type of video content, but you're trying to broaden out what you do to the rest of it. So inevitably, that would end up happening. I suppose the same thing with the time that that Afmal did the whole thing in my street with them all trying to do different videos, where just tons. Yeah, it was very bare bones stuff. In fact, I think at one point someone tried to do planking right at the start.
Yeah.
Lawrence. I think it was Lawrence or Gacha. I don't
Of
know,
course it
one of
was.
those two knuckleheads.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I guess was Dante and Travis,
some
but
of that,
yeah,
some
those
of
were
that
two.
stuff in season 3 was kind of weird because like it kind of felt like meme culture. She was trying to reference meme culture and being like, "Ooh,
Yeah."
But it's like I don't know. I feel like when you reference meme culture in something, it's kind of hit or miss sometimes because like sometimes certain memes quickly die out. I mean, as someone who was around during that meme culture, I could understand some of it. But like I feel like if a lot of like the Gen Alpha or like some of the younger Gen Z people go to see some of that stuff, they're gonna be like, what are they talking about? You know?
Like,
But you can expand that into pop culture because
Yeah.
Afmal specifically, references a lot of the pop culture that was going on at the time, especially in season 1, and that, if anything, I think that adds to its charm. It very much like if that's when the setting and the year, the time frame was actually properly established, and it revels in it. It doesn't oversell it to you. You kind of know that there's like some time and distance put between you and the video. So if you don't get certain things, you don't really lose out too much. But if you do, it's even better.
But that's also kind of my problem with the way Athma referenced real life things directly. Because, like, for example, she name dropped Once Upon a Time. Personally, what I like to do when I reference stuff is like I like to make a parody version of it where you know what I'm referencing, but it's not the exact thing.
But she did that too. She did that too.
Yeah, but I don't know why she referenced real life stuff and fake stuff.
Because why not? Remember the Senpai poster? One of the most iconic things from season 1?
That was a cigarette ad. That was a cigarette ad.
Featuring Levi from Attack on Titan, an actual thing that exists in the real world. Also, remember Afmal singing Do You Want to Build a Snowman to Caitlyn diegetically?
No, I totally remember this stuff. I'm just saying I don't really like referencing real life stuff directly. Like I don't know.
Would you like to build an ice gnome?
Or like mainstream stuff. Like maybe like I feel like referencing internet stuff's a bit different than referencing like actual TV shows. Like if I were to literally go and talk about Grimm in a Fallen Angel episode. I guess sometimes I do that, but like I don't know.
Yeah, but we mentioned the Circle by name.
Yeah,
by the way, I made my chair taller, so this time when I slouch, you can still see me.
Oh, fair enough. Like you look less like a gremlin.
I just tend to reframe my camera, realign the shots, but that works too.
I can't realign my shot because my webcam is in my computer, and I can't tilt my computer all that much.
Yeah, then you won't be able to see the screen.
Okay.
The only thing I'm just gonna say is that lately with the meme culture stuff, like the memes just pop out of nowhere, and I don't know where it originally came from, and that's really confusing to me.
Oh no,
like
for me, I'm not really into meme culture as much. Like there's like this whole walking minion cat thing, which I didn't even hear about that till like the meme was like kind of dying.
Walking
and like
the Smurf cat.
Oh yeah, that thing. I don't know.
The Smurf cat, yeah. And then like there is this whole like crazy, I was crazy, and then put me in the rubber room. I'm like, where did that came from?
Honestly, the only reason I heard about that is because coworkers at my workplace were literally saying that meme, and that's the only reason I picked it up. I didn't pick it up from the internet. I picked it up from people in real life.
That is
Right.
how memes tend to spread. You know, they
Like-
share it to you.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
but normally
and
I learn stuff from online people, not IRL.
then there's me sitting over here, who's often in both meme and macabre horror circles.
Fair enough.
You must
I
have
didn't
loved
know
Siren
that
Head
fact.
then.
Macabre comedy.
Oh god, not Siren Head.
Siren Head actually was pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest.
Like,
I
thought
never
Siren Head was
watched
cool.
it. It scared me when I keep seeing thumbnails of it when people play that game. I'm like, nope, no thank you. I'm good. Slenderman already scared me enough.
But to be fair, Siren Head was cool because he was like
Slenderman
like, it was
scared
like
you?
a
That game is so bare bones.
no, but
That
here's the
game
thing
is
about
bare bones.
but here's the thing about Siren Head though. Siren Head was cool because like he was like fleshy, but he was also technological. Like the siren aspect
So
of
it's a
his head.
cyborg.
Yeah. No, well,
and-
it's like it was like fleshy technology. It's like it looks like technology, but it's all fleshy and
That's
biological
what
looking.
scares me.
But it's also
It
in the
freaked
shape of
me out.
technology and very similar technology. So it's like this cool middle ground where it's like technology, but it's actually like flesh that's imitating technology.
You
It's
You know what
like
that's
cool.
you know what that sounds like? A My Hero Academia quirk.
Probably,
I can imagine
yeah.
someone
Oh
having
my
that.
God,
It
it's only
does sound
Nobu.
like
Speaking of
that.
Academy,
It's literally Nobu's. No, but you just described it's Nobu's.
Wait, isn't it like that girl? Wait, isn't it like that girl in My Hero Academia
I
who
like how
like?
you guys are talking about flesh, and I'm just trying to segue us into the video.
Yeah.
Oh, I started the
Right.
timer a while ago. Yeah.
Oh,
we're on
one last
3
thing about
minutes and 16 seconds.
one last thing about My Hero Academia, real quick. It doesn't. Isn't
Mhm.
there a girl with similar power that could like take at like clothing and like make weapons out of it or something?
Yes. Well,
I
Oh,
forget.
really?
Well, there's one person who can make weapons and will create stuff out of her own skin if she knows the molecular
Yeah,
structure of it.
there's
Oh,
that.
that's
That
cool.
character.
Yeah,
But
the
also,
one that
that's kind
Emily's
of
obsessed
gross.
with.
I could never use that
she's my
power
least
because
favorite
I would get
character
really
for a
grossed out
reason.
very fast over it. Be like, ew, no, I can't do this.
That is fair. Sometimes your quirk takes getting used to in that universe.
Like only Ada is the only one who went on tangents. I just say a few minor things and just like, yep, that's it.
Okay, so video. Caca.
Yes.
Okay, I'll stop the timer then. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going
guess
to check out
that's
the chat as well. We haven't talked about the chat at all yet, so definitely be the same review. Nothing will go wrong. It already has. I try to manifest into reality. If I think really hard. I know by the name YouTuber High. Oh, Academy, yes. Jacob Butter Academy. That'd be a terrible place. I
let's
registered
send
for
all
that
of
one.
let's send all of your characters
I
to
would-
Butter Academy.
I would
It'll
audition
be
on the last
fun.
day and call Jacob to see if I got in. If people don't get that reference, go check out the previous review.
Go check out the previous review. That was
Mhm.
insane. I just saw you have a Wattpad now. How's that going?
Courses, impressions, coping. Honestly, yeah, Bon, can you write my CV for me? The villains are the channels with no videos. Just don't
Like,
exist then.
the channels that have thousands of subscribers but don't have a single video.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god, yeah. I'm like, why? Like they didn't make videos that just got deleted or something? Like, hey?
Oh, I thought it was one of those people who was like, 1,000 subscribers with no content challenge or something. I thought he was talking about those. The only exception to that, by the way, is Justin Y. Justin Y gets a pass on this on having no content. Also, Vlavi is here, who I don't recognize the name of. But you seem to recognize me, so I'm guessing you're someone you've changed your username recently. Hopefully, anyway.
Probably.
And Fox is here. Josh is here.
Of course, he's always going to be here. What do you expect?
That this is also true. The Hero and Villain Academy we talked about. Yeah, that's a better one. Do that one instead. Okay. Oh, that's why Ghosty said about a Wattpad now. How's that going? I've had a Wattpad for years. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have Wattpad. I only have a book on Amazon. That's it. Yeah.
I also have one of those too. on top of Wattpad. They're both just as bad as each other. Not our books, my Wattpad and
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
I get what you're doing.
Okay. Right. Let's actually watch the video. YouTuber Academy. Let's see what the internet looks like 30 years from the time this was made. It's gonna be like Back to the Future 2 or something.
YouTubers. The world's full of them. From gamers to beauty gurus to DIY channels. Every person on the planet aspires to be one.
Okay, I'm enjoying the transitions and the fact that we have like a little bits of movement as even these examples, and the shrinking down the corner here. Once again, we started off this video with a solid editing start, and I'm hoping it does not immediately spiral down.
Also, Bon in the chat is just Ghosty zoned out for a good minute there. Yeah, that's because I hate opening narration. I don't know. It's just something about opening narration that doesn't tick my boxes too well.
Yeah, that is fair. It's one of those things that the Gacha community had, for the most part, has tried to shift away from. And the only reason that I ever did it was I was trying to pretend to be someone else, and it failed.
So what
Also,
would be a good event narration that you will probably most likely will be fine with? If you don't like all like, if
Like, to be honest, I am not a big fan of opening exposition. I don't know. It feels like a pretty lazy way to convey your story and world upon the opening.
Okay, so like if it's like explains about the world and stuff, you don't like that.
Yeah, like it can be explained through the story itself instead of you having to like vomit exposit at us. Like,
okay.
Hey, maybe have your character meet up with a friend and have the friend say, "Hey, I've always wanted to be a webtuber."
I think the time that it works the best, I guess, is during is for the opening of TV shows, because in some TV shows they'll do that to try and recap. It's like, oh, if you're a new person tuning in for the first time, here's the rundown. You know, your classic long ago, the four live together in harmony, or Samurai Jack, all that stuff. You know, under the future that is Aku, etc., etc. That kind of thing I get behind, but yeah, it's been morphed into hi, I'm such and such. This is my story for the first episode only, and it's not exactly the same as I described that.
Just kind of like the last review where the main character looked at the screen and was like, "Hi, I'm the main character. I'm expositing to you by looking directly at the camera in real time.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here."
Meanwhile, she's just looking off into the distance at a random person. It's like
Also,
the animal. It's like the Animal Crossing intro, except less interesting.
Yeah, I will say, as far as we talk about Bon here with realistic outfits and such, this is one of the times that I would have said, yeah, go a little bit more bombastic with the outfits, because we're supposedly, at the time of making this was 30 years in the future, still 27 years down the line. Fashion changes fairly quickly, so it would have been a prime opportunity to try and see, okay, what else might be a thing that people choose to style themselves as in this world.
Fashion changes quickly, but it's good to see characters of different diversities of different backgrounds on the same screen together.
Actually, wait, Ghosty, I just realized something. Maybe my point might have been null and void, because actually the way that nostalgia works is like every 30 years. So by 2050, the 2020s will be a nostalgic time period, which means that they're all wearing retro clothing right now.
Oh, trust me. Time is already looping back on itself. I see little kids at the store I work at with mullets all the time. Who decided to bring that monstrosity back into fashion?
There you go. See, like I say, I mean, mullets, I think those mullets were like 40 years ago, so a bit of an extreme example, but still, it's a constant loop. It's like Quinton said, you know, back in the 50s it was the 20s, in the 80s it was the 50s, and now it's the 80s. He said that video in the 2010s, but yes.
Although one thing I don't know why the creator though decided to go for the year 2050 of all times.
I expect we're going to find out soon.
I guess
Because-
so. Yeah.
Because like part of me wonders if the creator went for that time period because they're like, oh, but I want to reference current YouTubers. I want to make up my own YouTubers, and those YouTubers won't be active around the time 2050. Which, if that was the reason, I would have did like 2030 or even 2040. So it's less of a super high jump rate, or it could even be 2020 or whatever time period this is, or whatever time period you want to go for. And you just make up YouTubers and just be like, ooh,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve judgment on the time period until we get towards the middle period because
Yeah.
again, I expect this is supposed to be speculative fiction, decides like what the internet could be like in the future,
Mm.
and that's the idea behind it.
People who wear hijabs just as well and cover their whole body besides face and hands. If you're gonna be honestly gonna go all the way. I don't know much
Depends.
about the
Like-
Muslim culture, but I know that there are some people part of that culture who at least try to follow most of like the rules about like covering the body and such, but doesn't do it fully on the way. Again, I'm not speaking for the culture or anything like that. I just know
Particularly,
I have
I've particularly seen that in young people. The same thing over here, but it's mostly
Yeah.
the younger generation. I've seen the younger generation next to their mothers, particularly because it applies to women in this case. So
no.
so
That's
there's a stark difference, but yeah.
yeah. So I wouldn't say that is a sin culture per se. But again, I don't know much about the culture, so I can't really say. I just say in generally, I have seen videos or seen people in real life that does this and doesn't always like cover everything besides the head, So
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
actually
normally,
do quality here now.
normally the hijab, for what I've seen, is just a separate piece of clothing. It's not normally a uniform.
yeah, that's also true.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think
It's
what one is
just-
saying is it comes as part of a set of other things or a set of other expectations on top of it.
It's
Yeah.
also probably depends on how you were raised in a household, because a lot
Yeah.
of people have
Some
different.
people will also cover their faces too, other than just their eyes, and that's it.
Yeah, so it just really depends on the person, the culture, and how they were raised and everything. Honestly, so that's why I don't think that is necessarily a sin counter.
Yeah.
yeah. Although I
What
like
is,
the
what is
billboard
a
in the
sin counter,
background,
of
though.
course? What is a sin counter, of course, is
Oh no!
noses.
That's just the thing. You're gonna have to deal with whoever's.
A gotcha thing.
Although you know what
Yes,
is
right, the
a
billboard is great.
sin though.
What?
Every like the three people that have hair highlight one. Because my best guess for that is the creator didn't know how to disable hair highlight one,
Oh yeah.
or like how
Oh, yeah,
to
because
remove it completely.
Oh yeah, because that hairstyle that they both have doesn't actually have hair highlights
Yeah.
on it. So
yeah, no, because you only get the hair highlight on the front hair.
that
But,
might be
like,
a thing for the rest of the video. We'll see.
The
We'll
two
have to
guys
see.
in the background don't have
Like-
any front hair,
We
I
just
don't
said
know.
and the
that.
girl doesn't have any hair.
I
showing on
don't
her.
mind the hair highlights.
But it's all
Maybe
the same.
Maybe she's using her hair highlight one. They're using head highlight one because they like it.
Okay, then why
Maybe
is it
it's
all
like a
white
fashion-
though? Why is it all the white dots?
Maybe it's a fashion thing, like it's something where
2050s fashion.
yeah.
Everyone
I'm
just has
just
little white
in general.
dots. They just took
Well,
a marker
even-
to their hair and just like went dot 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 dot.
So like I have seen weird things with like fashion models where like literally one of the fashion models that came on stage was wearing trash. Literally trash. And apparently that's something
Listen, I'm just
cool.
saying, Lady
Okay,
Gaga,
KW, that's runway fashion.
Lady
That's different.
Gaga's fashion
runway fashion,
isn't
sorry.
to aspire to. Okay, she's
No,
off
I didn't
her
say
meds. I'm
We're
just
talking about
saying.
runway fashion, Aiden,
I
which is
know.
also
I'm
something
making a
entirely
joke.
different.
Although,
Yeah.
wait,
I
okay,
didn't say
so,
I follow it. I'm just saying I have seen that sort of stuff. I didn't say
okay,
follow it.
so we mentioned the Ant Farm the other day, right?
Yesterday, actually, but yes.
and
we
they
did.
had this character named Madame Gugu, and I loved her. She's amazing.
I don't know if I saw that character.
Yeah, no, she
Actually,
was a Lady Gaga parody, but like every time she was in a scene, she had multiple dresses. She just randomly changed to. Like the camera cut away from her, and then when the character looks back at her, she's in a completely different dress. That's a weird, random gimmick
Mhm.
that
That is
looks
brilliant. I need to
goofy, and I
rewatch Ant
loved
Farm.
it.
I've got to
And,
rewatch
and
Ant
she's
Farm.
actually played by one of the regular actors on the show. She was just a character who's played by one of the actors who regularly on the show, but a different character she played.
Okay.
I only heard
Multi-role.
the monster song from Ant Farm for the Halloween thing or whatever, and that's it. That's the only thing I know from
Oh,
Ant.
Mutant Farm was such a good Halloween special. Like the whole Mutant Farm thing was really good.
Yeah, and I just know that the actress who plays Uma in Descendants was from that show, China
Yeah.
Anne
Yeah,
Lane.
she was China Parks. the main
Yeah,
character.
so yeah, that's pretty much all I know about Ant Farm. And like I heard it's good enough. I didn't watch it for some reason. I don't know why.
I watched parts of it, but based on what Aiden is saying, I've clearly missed out on a fair bit. So
God, I'm gonna send you in DMs like clips of Madame Goo.
Okay, should we
Alright.
continue then? While Aiden does that.
yes, we should.
actually,
Got down
Bon in
to
the
3.5
chat pointed out something. 2015's fashion. Fawn spots. That actually sounds really cute.
I know. Now I kind of want to have like cute little font spots for like some makeup thing on YouTube. I want to do that now.
Are you become a beauty guru, KW?
No idea. I'm not the one timing these morons.
We got
Jacob
down to
is.
3.5. We got down to 3.5 before we commented on your comment.
50.
Right.
And finally, a YouTuber is a fully fledged career path.
Okay,
What?
you say that like it wasn't for the past like 15 years.
Man,
before.
you know, there's no one in
Look,
modern
wait.
day that is a fully fledged YouTuber who makes all their income on YouTube. Or
Have you
YouTube
met
partner
Matt
program.
Pat?
Actually, well, not even just MatPat. The YouTube partner
Yeah.
program dates back to 2007. From
No,
that
I'm
point,
just saying,
YouTube could become
like-
a full-time job.
I know
That
that
was
like
4
Matt
years before
Pat,
MatPat hit the scenes.
Stampy.
Also, can I break a horrible joke?
Afmal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does that mean YouTubers have unions now?
Oh my God, it's like the Actors Union and the Writers Guild Union. We have
Oh
the
my
YouTuber
God.
Union.
No,
Confirmed.
Ghosty, they have networks. MCN's made a return.
No,
No!
Oh God, that's horrible.
No!
Oh God, the networks are so bad. The networks are horrible. I'm so glad. I think they're all dead currently. I'm so glad they died.
I didn't know what you're talking about, but it's been a while since I've heard of it. So.
Send counter 1. The stream is-
Continuity error, as in like from like continuity error to real life, not to the in-universe story as of yet.
Continuity error.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
But with every career, training is needed. And that is why, here in Dayset City, the first ever academy for aspiring YouTubers has just opened.
Dayset City.
Wait, send counter to.
Is that
Oh God.
YouTubers?
Yes, you know what? I am declaring a YouTuber strike because since YouTube does not like me have face cams during live streams, and I want to go on a strike for that. Stop the madness, YouTube. Let me have my face cam.
Oh, the toast came from the toaster.
It sure did.
Actually, no. I don't mind the name Dayset City. As someone who has a city called Basquiat, I actually appreciate the simpler name.
It reminds me of Sunset Paradise. Nino uploaded a teaser video for Angel Pops. Good for him.
Oh wait, someone's stealing my angel theming. Oh my God.
This song is
Really?
so
And custom
yesterday.
backgrounds. And at least they know how
So
to use their backgrounds.
yesterday.
They also know how to use their backgrounds effectively.
So yesterday, she said, "Oh, that song is so yesterday." Lady, can I smack you, please?
It's been
Man.
it's been at least 30 years since that song came out in canon. Think about it.
God, everyone has the white hair highlight. White hair highlight 1. Oh my God, it's so bad.
So yeah,
Oh, it's
definitely
not-
is a thing that didn't realize to turn off. Yeah.
I mean,
Animated.
to be fair, Jacob, you didn't know that you could turn it off. You just changed it to the hair color of them so you couldn't see it. You didn't know you
I-
got to turn it off for the longest time.
It wasn't the longest time; it was a few months. But even then, I wasn't trying to defend this. I was trying to
Yeah.
agree with your point.
Oh no, I'm just
Yeah,
putting
that-
my memories. I remember everything. I like the logo.
I wonder if that's the intro. If the intro is every
okay.
single time the song starts, but then you have to stop the song every time to go to something else. I wonder.
No, please God, no.
Oh,
Or it could be like My Street, where it's like where the consistency is the logo appearing, and that just happens to be the song for the rest of it. I don't know.
Oh.
might be easier for you.
That's not even a My Street one, but yeah. I did change my name, but I don't know you remember. Honestly, it's a long time ago. Well, unless you tell me what your name was before, then that's not really going to help me, is it?
Yeah.
If I had a series,
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now
just
that's
say-
a name I've not heard in a
just
long
saying,
time.
if I had a nickel for every time, a voice acted series about an academy, immediately went into a train segment.
You'd
I
have
would have
3
two.
nickels. You'd have 3 nickels actually,
Oh,
which isn't
dang.
much, but it's good to happen 3 times. Yeah.
I know. It's just like, why does it keep
Yeah.
happening?
And the reason you have 3 nickels is because Alpha Witch Academy, I also did that.
Everyone does it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oops a doopsie.
So,
Although I do prefer the actual flowing background from the windows themselves, which means that they must have taken the windows, masked them, or removed the background in an art program, which I just learned to do today. Thanks for that one, Aiden. And then faded them down ever so slightly, just so you can see the mild motion in the background.
Yes. I gave
so-
Jacob a whole art
Yes.
lesson today in Fire Alpaca.
Yes, and it has been very helpful.
Oh, they said that Exo Fire was one of the names, and Jameson.
I don't remember the
I
names
do-
before that. I don't remember
Oh,
either of those
Jason.
names, unfortunately. So yeah, sorry about that.
Mm.
oh, you've stuck around, huh? Well,
Oh.
I guess I could tell you more about myself then. My name is Madison, and I run a YouTube channel of the name Maddimations. I'm very creative, I know.
Bringing
I
the
make
fourth
animations
wall. Okay, here's the thing. I don't necessarily have a whole lot of issues with breaking the fourth wall,
She's talking to us. I'm scared, Jacob.
but
Why?
But
Like, why
this
is she
part,
narrate? Normally a series starts with basic narration, but the fact that I feel like she's acknowledging us way too much. It's like my life was normal until today. I don't know. I always find I personally always do find self narration kind of a weak opening. Like when you open up.
We just talked about this earlier.
Like,
We went through a
Aiden,
whole point about this.
Oh.
I made a joke about putting that in Monster Compendium because I hate it so much.
oh god,
Listen, if we ever do a voiceover, if we ever do one of those comedic voiceovers of a Monster Compendium of the first episode of Monster Compendium, I'm going to force Jacob to do an entire monologue.
Can
in
it
the
be a film?
daytime.
Can it be in the style of
I'm
film
very
noir or
good.
something?
With a nervous
Hi, I'm Ulrich, and
I opened up the compendium for the
There's
first
something
time. The
that
fresh
no one
scent of
knows
the
yet.
book hit my nostrils
I
at a
have a
precise moment.
my ears perked up at the
Then,
pages turning.
before my very eyes, get this. A random sprite figure, full of life and energy. It blinded me, and imagine that because I only have one eye. So that was pretty bad. Anyways, it turns out her name was Kami.
Now I'm double
Wow,
blind.
pretentious person calls herself God.
God.
Anyway, we actually did become fast friends.
Best of
Never mind.
friends.
Kami bullies Ulrich on a regular occasion.
Wait, this should be an ad, not a negative. Why did you do a negative? Are you
Because
saying?
we were down to -2 before. It's added onto one of them. It's therefore gone to -1.
Oh, okay, I got, okay.
Do you not know how to maths, KW?
Also,
Yes, Aiden, we have talked about this before. I can't do maths.
It's
Okay.
fine. I'm not good at maths either. I'm terrible at them.
Okay, so
Hmm.
Jacob, could you run me down on what I missed while I stepped away? Did you look
There was
directly
some
at
She
the
just
motion.
camera?
talking to us, like breaking through the fourth wall. That's why we were talking about it.
Yeah, that was really it. So we have another opening train. So yeah, with Aiden now has 3 nickels.
Kate.
Commissions for a living. So basically, he's like a freelancer.
Actually, no. 4 nickels. This also happened in Renegade, I think.
Oh, you
Oh
were
my god, no!
I thought Renegade started with an action sequence.
Like
No.
Renegade stuff.
No, she was kidnapped. And she's like, "So this is my story. You probably wonder how I
Oh
got
yeah,
here."
she was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it wasn't a train station. It was just an underground basement.
But it
Yeah.
was still narration directly to the camera.
Okay, that's like 2 pennies then, rather than a nickel.
2 pennies.
So he has
I
three
don't know, I
nickels and
just
two
feel like from a
pennies.
writing standpoint, starting off opening narration is always lazy to start a story.
Hmm.
Like I don't think any of my stories have actually started
Yeah.
any opening narration.
It's
No.
like
Like
it's
Fallen
like
Angel start that. Oh, hi there. May know me. I'm
Like,
Adam,
I
and this
found
is my
this
best friend Zach. We're angels, you see.
It's one of the
Like-
things that I wanted to break away from when I started doing the Mutant Girl, because that was how I saw everything start back in the day. The only reason I went back to Vouch Academy is because, again, I was trying to actively pretend that I wasn't responsible for the video and therefore did everything the complete opposite way I normally did.
So wait,
Except
I
for
just want to
story.
get a clarification. Opening narration just means like a character talking about like how they got here and everything like that. And just normal narration is just like, once upon a time, many years ago, blah blah blah, and then it goes with the story. Is that correct?
And honestly,
Or-
yeah, opening narration. And
Well, yeah, it's
honestly,
narration
yeah.
that happens in the opening.
and like here's the thing, I don't mind certain stuff when it comes to it. Like I feel like if a episode or series wants to start with something jarring, like say an explosion or characters running from gunfire, like instead of having the screen pause and having like a character narratively overlay say, oh, you're probably wondering how I got in the situation, I would just probably fade the scene down or cut to like maybe a brief shot and do a hard cut to like a title card that says like blank a blank hours ago or blank.
Isn't
there
that
is
also a huge cliche, though?
there is
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
that
is.
is a cliche. But I think there's like one mainstream TV series that I think did it the best, and I think Gravity Falls did it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
Graham
pilot
did
did start with
that.
that. I think
Supernatural did that.
Like it's been a trope for
Mixed Master does
centuries.
it every single episode.
Like
Mhm.
it's been a trope for like as long as there's been television. But just because it's been going on for a while doesn't mean I like it.
I mean,
Right.
I don't mind it as much as long as the screen doesn't pause and someone narrates about, oh, you're probably wondering how I got in this mess. Well, you see, it was 72 hours ago. Like, no, like you don't need to say that. Like, I prefer.
That's wait. Actually, I'll give an exception to that one as well. Cusco.
Oh no! Oh my!
Like for
Okay, so
Cusco,
gross.
There's a whole TV show where he goes to school, and every single time he's like, "Yeah, I have the
Like-
power to stop the show."
I don't like I like it best in the movies instead of in the TV show.
Yeah, no. Emperor's New Groove did really good with the opening narration.
Also, there's Bon in the comments who actually brings up a pretty good point. Actually, doesn't her talking to the camera fit the theme of the series?
Okay,
Definitely.
let's.
That's a
Okay.
Depends. Well, I mean, maybe if it was framed as like a vlog or like a get to know
Yeah.
me. Wait, actually, that would have been a way more interesting thing.
Yeah,
open
that
the
could have
thing.
gone so much
Like,
better.
what
It would have been
if
fine.
they like made like a little fake YouTube interface and you click on a video or something like that, or like maybe there was just a video that was paused, but then you saw a click unpause, and then you actually started it with a vlog or like a welcome to my channel video, and that was the start to YouTuber Academy, where it's like, hey guys. Hi, my name's Maddie, and welcome
Once
to my
again-
channel.
Once again, the
Today,
first Gacha mockumentary.
like honestly, I
Yeah.
feel like that would have been such a more
Mhm.
interesting intro to this series than what we got, because then it's like it really fits the theming and like the concept.
You want
Actually,
to know?
you know what? Maybe. Sorry, go on.
You want to know what I would have done? I would have had the video play as usual, except when she starts monologuing to herself, it kind of zooms out, So the fake YouTube overlay and like there's some videos on the side. And literally
Yes.
clicks pause on the video and pops up to just explain to us what's going on.
Yes.
With her friend she's showing the video to.
Once
and she
again,
literally
Emperor's New
paused
Groove.
it to explain.
Yes.
That is
I love that.
that's essentially what Cusco does.
That
Except
is what
not with
Cusco
the-
does
yeah.
the entire movie. This movie
you
is
know-
about me, not him.
yeah.
Me, not him. The llama, not the human.
Which I mean, to be honest, yeah, having a YouTuber with an overinflated ego would also make a huge amount of sense.
Oh, honestly, that would be such interesting for a main character in like a YouTuber Academy thing, where it's like they go into having like a huge ego, being like, "Ha, I'm gonna do this perfectly. I am so much more experienced than everyone else," and then immediately get
No,
schooled, and then has to
don't
be
do
humbled.
the Ash Ketchum thing. Not the Ash Ketchum thing where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna beat this gym." Fails
It's more-
miserably.
It's more Lightning McQueen, but similar.
I'm not gonna go into this yet, but I remember watching a video talking about the new Pokemon series that's coming out on Netflix. That's like stop animation or whatever. And this guy says, "Oh yeah, the Pokemon games suck. However, the anime." I'm just like, I do not trust your criticism of Pokemon anymore. How dare you?
Didn't even finish the sentence.
He's like talking about like the modern games apparently, and I'm like, I don't like modern anime of Pokemon. I wish Pokemon is a bit darker, but that's the only thing I'm gonna say. I don't want to go on a long tangent of that.
That's fair. BB did say basically the same thing a while ago in a different circumstance.
Okay, so Bieber also said like they want Pokemon to be darker too.
Well, that's the reason that she stopped watching like a long time ago, because I mean, let's face it, it's BB, so something has to at least be a little bit more dark and depressing.
Yeah. Okay, interesting, but yeah.
And that is 5 minutes, so back to the video.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
And by some miracle, I managed to pretty much blow up for my animatics. I currently
Then why do you need to go to an academy? You should already be on the partner program, right?
have 138,000 subscribers.
What?
Again, why do you need to go to the academy?
And honestly, I don't think I deserve them. But that doesn't matter, because today is my first
Okay,
day at
she's
Liberty
really
High,
creepy.
the school for
Ew.
aspiring YouTubers.
Like, to be Ulrich, to be fair, like Ulrich Claudia does canonically have a really creepy smile.
I feel like she's
Well,
about
to be
to
fair, he doesn't
murder
really
me,
smile,
and I
but-
don't follow her channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe. Where she's like,
She wants to have a
if
million.
you don't follow me, I am going to murder you. Anyways, I am going to this YouTuber academy.
Although honestly, if you're going to a YouTuber Academy, it would be so easy to collab with people. Like you can make so many friends and like so
That
many
is true.
connections in a YouTuber Academy. Like honestly, I feel like you could really grow your subscriber base through collaborations and getting to know
Yeah,
people.
that's why that's one thing that another great thing about Ultra Nova. I think Aphmau sort of predicted the rise of hype houses in a weird way, because
Yeah.
essentially, what is
Whoa.
YouTube? What is StarTube Academy if not one
The-
massive hype house?
Like, I'm not sure why Aphmau predicted hype houses, because if you look at the hype houses, they are terrible for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Every hype house that has ever existed has fallen to
imploded.
ruin.
Has literally imploded on itself
Like-
because
I mean,
I don't
mean,
even know
it's
what
not a
it
perfect
is.
system. I mean, if anything,
To
ROTV
be- okay, like
and
for what
Ultra
I've
Nova.
seen of hype
Okay.
houses,
Hmm.
for what I know at least, I don't think many of the people in the hype houses are good people. I'm gonna be
Like-
honest. Like when the hype houses are formed, I don't think a lot of the people in the hype houses are good.
Also,
And when you put a bunch of bad people with some like all right people in a hype house, you're gonna cause chaos and it's gonna implode.
and KW, you want to know what a hype house is?
I guess so. Sure,
It's
why not?
when a lot of YouTubers that collaborate with each other often.
I would say
decide to-
influencers, not just YouTubers. Because
Yeah, it's when a lot of influencers who collaborate often buy a house together for one reason or another. Either so they can collaborate more often on doing more IRL things like vlogs and skits, or to just kind of live together and vibe in the same place together. But that's the thing. When people are actively using their online persona to interact with each other, people can sometimes get the wrong impression of others and just automatically decide it's going to be easier to live with this person, not knowing that things are
Yeah,
going to spiral downhill really quickly.
Yeah, but like the thing with people,
I
especially, is
see.
it's different to live. It's different to be around someone and to live with them. Like when you live with someone, you get to see all sides of them, the messy and the clean.
Mhm.
When you just hang out with them, for the most part, you're only seeing the clean sides of them.
Ian
You know,
Anthony, definitely.
like like that's
Oh
just
wait,
with
I think
relationship and friendships in general. You
Wait,
don't.
actually, I just realized Afnal talked about predicting Hypaz makes sense because actually she was close friends with a lot of the Team Crafted members,
Yeah,
which I guess they weren't called
I
a Hype House. That wasn't a term
just
yet, but yeah, that is essentially what they were. If
they were
anything.
through.
I think Captain Sparkles and Kara, I think that's her name, is probably in that hive house situation because they live in a house together in LA.
Okay. I think Captain
I
Sparkles.
just
I think
realized
Captain
that.
Sparkles was a part of Team Crafted. So again, goes back to that.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Crafted Sparkles was part of Team Crafted for a while, and then Team
Crafted
Crafted
Sparkles.
broke apart.
For
You know,
reasons, essentially the same reasons as we just talked about here. There just wasn't a name for that yet. They were kind of the prototype.
But I think like Kara and Captain Sparkles live in a house together because they live in the LA and apparently
I mean, I
living in
wouldn't
LA is
call them
really
a full-on
expensive.
hype house because hype houses are more like 4 to 5 influencers. Is normally a lot larger.
Oh,
That's
okay.
more of just like a couple or like 2 people
Yeah,
living
think about
together.
Yeah.
Think about like Team 10, for example, which I guess actually was also like in operation when and at the peak of their popularity when Ultra Nova came out. So I guess it's all making sense now. The more we talk about this.
Mhm.
Like, hype houses are a nightmare.
I am so glad I didn't do that. Nope.
Like, that's because hype houses, as Aiden explained, are kind of four to the largest hype house I've ever seen, composed of 10 different influences.
Team 10.
That means they made similar types of content and they collaborated often, but the hype house just kind of fell apart because everyone kept, being terrible rude to each other.
If we're talking
Well,
about Team 10, they're also terrible neighbors.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest though, I think I'm gonna be honest. There are a lot of influencers out there who aren't great people. Like they may be entertaining, but like a lot of them aren't always
Oh yeah, we all
great.
know that. That's why we're saying with
Yeah.
Ego would actually make sense as a protagonist, or just as a character in general. I'm sure we're gonna get that at some point.
Yeah.
Well, let's figure that out, shall
Yes.
Kaka.
Like, that's
Speak of the devil.
like having any level of influence, there's going to be some ego involved. Whether you
No, there's
like that
probably
or not.
honestly my best guess for this series is there's probably only gonna be like one mean girl. Everyone at this school is gonna be nice, except for the one mean girl. Maybe she has like a posse of people who back her up, but like there's just gonna be that one mean
Maybe
girl.
she's a commentator.
Everyone's nice. Everyone's super
She
kind,
should be a
except for
beauty
that
guru.
one person.
Mean girl beauty guru. That they align so perfectly. Anyway.
Like here's the thing. Here's
Oh,
the
God.
problem with
Like,
the problem with
Aiden?
influencers. Okay.
Aiden, you're running out of time. No
Oh.
more tangents.
Most importantly,
Please
be
continue this. Face
no,
is crying,
yes.
please.
Well, hey, I want you to be traumatized, but okay. But being an influencer gives you a position of power, and you know what
Yes.
attracts You know who is attracted to power? Terrible people.
Psychopath.
Power corrupts. There's also
People
that.
who wants to use that power. It's either they're corrupted or they see that power and go for it. Like again, that's why you get instances in the Catholic Church of why like terrible priests. It's a powerful
Let's not
position.
get into the church, please.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like it's a powerful
The
position.
church is already in
Please.
boys. We
Like-
don't need to get into the
like
church.
the influencer
let's
position.
not,
The influencer
please.
position is much in that regard. You want that position because it'll give you power. And that's why I think it would attract a lot of bad people in this case. So, you know.
It does. We all know that. Everyone here
Yeah.
has probably heard a lot about this stuff, and then even just like with the recent dramas that have been going around. But even for any length of time on the internet, you learn about
Oh
this kind of
god.
thing.
Don't. Let's not talk about the paranormal drama lately.
Paranormal.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I was referring to stuff and Colleen Ballinger. I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
no, no. There's a lot of drama going on in the paranormal world on YouTube. That's what I mean.
Fine.
Yeah,
cool.
the
I'll take your
paranormal
word for it.
community has the paranormal community is full of scandals. What's happening?
Yeah, it's just like lately this year has been stacking one and another. It's all like spread out.
Anyway, let's get back to the video, please.
Yes, please, please.
Oh, Hot Patty Teacher's hand is on backwards, KW, just to let you know about that. And Madison's
Teacher's
too.
hand?
The one holding the paper.
Oh.
And Madison's too.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, Disco does want to decide whether it's hot or cold outside. We have Madison with open coat. We have different colored eyes. Man in Canada clothes. Make up your mind.
Canada clothes.
Canada clothing.
There you go. Maybe this is in Canada. We don't know.
Gosh, this is going to be awesome! Wait, what click am I going to? How should I be?
Probably the one that it matches the type of content that you make, aka the animation click. That's how I'd imagine that this kind of work.
Animation, art,
Yeah.
community, maybe some fandom clicks as well, because you make animatics presumably based off fandom stuff. So,
Like-
you know.
I don't know. I accidentally stumbled into the Gacha community.
Yeah, that was technically us. We brought you in.
Yeah, that's true.
I've yet
Same
again.
thing what BTB did.
Yet
That's
again,
what they did to me.
Yet again, I was an introvert adopted by extroverts who just so happened to be a part of the Gacha community, but also really liked my voice for some reason.
Yes. Mhm.
Behave.
Yes, you have a very sexy voice. Wahaha.
No, it's sex.
Okay. Right then.
All new students are to meet up at the main hall.
Thank you. We read the sign behind you.
Well, that's
We read the sign behind her, but I guess she also had to say it for emphasis.
Yeah.
Because that guy looks really confused.
But if you're gonna go through the effort of putting background details, at least let them speak for themselves.
start.
I mean, even down to like the pamphlet there, it seems to have actual writing on it that someone has like had to go and edit into the actual gacha prop. So clearly that's important. Or at least, on an environmental level.
Issues, bro.
So, this is the
Oh god,
Hey,
what's the guy
background
with the yellow eyes?
actor.
Yeah, I
He looks like a
I
cat.
love how crowded this is, by the way. This is something that people like for some reason are very apprehensive to do, just like jumble a bunch of people on the screen sometimes.
I do not know how
Well,
to do
because
that.
then
Honestly, I'm
but
still
to be
learning.
fair, when you play with a lot of layers, it gets complicated and sometimes crashes your editing software.
It is
Multiple
true.
times.
In this case, they're just extra, so they could technically just be on the same background. Because I'm pretty sure this particular background is one that you can find in Gacha.
I'm guessing by that stage we're going to have a welcoming assembly.
Like, if you look at the background, some of the extras are solid images, except for the three right behind the main character.
Which probably means that they're going to speak.
Hey! That hurt, you jerk!
What hurts? You just turning away. Nothing actually
Wow.
happened.
Oh, please.
Yep, I was
I
right.
brushed past
Some
you.
of these extras are just a still image.
Mhm.
I think you meant to bump onto her off screen. It was off screen, and we just cut to after the bump happened.
There
Again
should have
with
been a
those
sound
wolf
effect.
sleeves.
Number 4, Catman is holding his phone with his thumb and his pinky. Okay, and?
You don't need to get so triggered, Karen.
Like, again,
Okay,
Oh my
so
God,
once again, we're saying this
no.
was made in 2020, the year of the Karen, but we're not. This is still 2050. This like the critics should have known that even if the fashion comes back in style, the actual slang would not.
Yeah, I mean, to be
that's
fair,
really-
the word Karen has been a thing, I think, for like over a decade. Technically, it got really popular like during 2020 and like 2021, but then like it's one of those things that kind of goes out of style and like is like a very small thing. It's like I feel like you wouldn't use it casually. Yes.
I really hope. Go ahead, go see. I'm just mourning.
Actually, the might I go on a tangent, Mr. Butter?
Okay, go on. I start the
Are
timer.
we prepared?
Yeah, the timer's on. Yeah.
The timer has started. Actually, the word Karen was coined by marginalized communities, picking out racist white women who would attack them for no reason. Basically, be mad at them for just doing anything in public.
That tracks with the
Thus,
movie.
the word thus the word Karen started in the POC community, people of color, as basically a term of disparagement for racists.
The question is
And
when.
then the name of Karen cycled into popular culture to mean a white woman who normally exerted her privilege to get what she wanted.
Or just being over dramatic, I think, right?
Like the
That too.
overdramatic part is normally a part of the Karen label.
Yeah, because it comes from a place of entitlement. Yes,
Yeah,
it's not like a
that's
random
what I'm
person.
talking
Like,
about.
do you know
Random
who I
person
am?
doing.
I need to speak to your manager because you accidentally gave me 1 lemon instead of 2 lemons in my water. How dare you?
Yeah, but
Have another
Karen,
lemon, madam.
coming from the POC community, has more of a pure vision behind it.
Okay.
Which actually, now
Because
that the
believe
movie
it or
makes more
not,
sense.
calling out a racist in public only incites more racism.
Obviously, I feel like anyone could have figured that one
True.
out.
I mean, why did he decide to go with the whole Karen culture thing? Like,
I don't
Because
know, because
2020 was
2020.
was when the term was at its peak. But then again, like I said before, we're going into the future, and so by this point,
exactly.
Like
There's no point bringing up the slang.
like you say there's no point in bringing up the slang, but I'd like to mention that there is kind of a linguistic drift where things that start in one community shift to other communities and slowly lose their overall meaning. I can see that happening right here in real time, actually.
I mean,
The term Karen has
Okay,
shifted
yeah.
from its
evolution of language. That's just that's how it
linguistic
happens
evolution.
sometimes.
Also, by the way,
I
the
guess that's
girl's
fair enough,
socks
but
are outlined
still.
black.
Actually,
There
Are
are
they? I
some
don't think
of
they are,
the.
Aiden.
No, I'm pretty sure they're outlined
Actually,
black.
No.
The socks.
No, it's very dark purple.
It's very-
I recognize that shade.
yeah, it's very dark. I was gonna say very dark blue. Thank you for correcting me,
Really?
KW.
There you go.
Yeah, no. I would never, when designing a character or something and testing out the very dark colors, like the second very dark, and I would never using that shade. It's not outline black.
That looks like outlined
It's just
black.
very dark purple.
Maybe
What
just
is
the
Like, I know
what
it
might be
looks
outlined
like-
black is the heart on her cheek. I can't really tell, but it's
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, the heart on her cheek
What
is
do you
outlined
think the
black.
heart on
There you
the
go.
cheek's actually meant to be, though? Is it like a tattoo, a sticker?
It's a cutie mark.
Okay, and then Equestria girls. Actually, Equestria girls they don't even have cutie marks.
Oh
It's not
my
even a
god!
thing, Equestria
We forgot
girls.
the lore ponies.
Is that actually makes sense?
When they transform into humans, the cutie is on their cheeks.
This is one of the characters descended from one of those who escaped the disaster. Yeah.
Also,
Yes, yes.
I still feel bad people have Cowd as an actual name. Yeah, Plankton's wife especially. My goodness. Yeah. They've done her dirty.
like, believe it or not, I also feel bad for Karen. Or Karens in general.
I feel bad people named Alexa.
Why?
Think about it.
Oh yeah.
Man, you feel bad for Mark's mom?
Yes.
Josh,
You know,
Josh
fun
said
fact,
that-
in the upcoming Christmas special, we actually get to hear her voice for the very first time.
There you go.
Josh, we know this is not My Little Pony logic or anything. We're just joking.
Okay.
I'm a hardcore My Little Pony.
Wait, no, it's
As
hold
far
on.
as I can tell,
Actually, wait. I just realized. She must be a member of the butterfly family. That's what that means. That's the cheek mark. That's what I was.
No, because on the butterfly family they have 2 cheek marks on both cheeks. She only has it on
Hair's
one
obscured.
cheek. No,
she's only,
no, you
she's
can
only a
see
half
her
member.
other cheek.
She's
You can't be a half butterfly. And actually, not only butterfly members could technically have cheek marks, because Marco also got cheek marks sometimes.
Hmm.
And
So
if they
she
were
is-
related, that would be gross.
Oh,
No,
that's
I
5
was
minutes.
gonna
That's like
say.
in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes.
Oh, go on, go see.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes.
All right.
Show you
Oh,
who's
okay.
Karen.
That's what you're gonna
Once I
say.
shove my fist down your windpipe.
Ooh, scary.
I mean, you seem like you were scared for a second.
Please don't get
I
your
thought you were gonna
100K
say ooh
army
kinky there for a moment.
Oh dear.
to attack
My
me.
mind is evil.
Numbers have nothing to do with this.
Oh, but it does.
Actually,
in a
if you
school-
look in the girl in the background, she kind of reminds me of myself with the beanie.
Oh, it does. The numbers it shows how much power you have and how much influence you have.
I'm glad that they actually tackled that immediately, because yeah, you put a bunch of YouTubers, particularly of this age range, in a room together. One of them is going to start bragging about numbers immediately.
Well, full of
Fair
YouTubers,
enough.
idiot. I don't have time to meddle with nobodies like you.
That is how you bump into someone. Well, sort of.
Oh no! What have I done? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
I get the impression that this character on the right is supposed to be the Caitlyn of this series.
I think she's meant to be the Caitlyn / best friend, which Caitlyn was. So you know.
So
Which,
Caitlyn then.
I mean,
Look, the best
does sound like Caitlyn.
friend is either like like the strong one or either like the nerdy one. You gotta pick a trope.
Hey, that hurts. Do you know who I am?
Oh, now who sounds like a
Oh.
Karen?
Yeah, exactly.
You know who I am.
Oh.
That is what a Karen says. The whole, do you know who I am? Okay?
Hmm.
God, do not pull that
No.
stuff. Because I don't care who you are.
But you know who I am. I am the fake famous YouTuber named Jack, who has 2
Did you
subscribers.
know
Yeah.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Jacksepticeye's baby. I'm Jacksepticeye's baby, and I dyed my hair blue to not be like my father, even though my subscribers came from my father.
I'm Jacksepticeye's son, John Septiceye.
We have a Ken, lords and ladies.
We have a Ken! Yeah!
Ken Septiceye, that's who it is.
Can you
That's
Ken
enough.
enough?
No, like a Ken is one of the terms for a male Karen.
We gathered that.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Why, you.
Attention all students. My name is
You're-
Mr. Oldo, the headmaster
Dad,
of this school.
your mic is too close to your mouth. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I was going to say for a YouTuber, yeah, you gotta get some distance there. Just saying.
Only a month ago, this school hosted its annual opening, meaning that as of today, this is the very first year group to represent the school. From beauty
What? Why did the other year group?
girls
What do
to
you mean?
gamers to musicians and animators. Your
Me too.
future
Why
here
does it
in
look like Sailor Moon
You know,
/Storm?
all 4 types of YouTuber and nothing else
All
apparently.
4 types of YouTuber. Like,
There's multiple types.
like even then, there's multiple sub-communities within that. Like, speed paints, base edits.
Shouldn't there be more sub-communities by the year 2050?
No, like
Like,
there's
speculative fiction
there's
here,
technically
invent
like the
some.
main communities, but those main communities have like probably hundreds or at least dozens upon dozens of sub communities, and even those
Yeah,
sub
also commentary
communities
convention.
have certain stuff. For example, a commentary YouTuber who may also be like a speed paint YouTuber, which is crossover with art and commentary.
Yeah,
Because-
there's
Yeah,
Because-
when people like to refer to groups of YouTubers, they don't necessarily like they know that there's Venn diagrams in between like every single
Yeah.
part. They
like
just,
there's
but
been,
when you're making a list of categories, that's not people addressing. Yes, there are hybrids in there, I suppose.
yeah, but
Anything
even
with
then,
that.
there's fashion bloggers, beauty bloggers. There are more than
Lifestyle
4
vloggers.
types. Like, why are there? I get the school is an experimental one, but please try a little bit harder.
Liberty High is bound to success.
Oh my god, that girl with a
Therefore,
lot of pink kind
multiple
of reminds
rules
me a
have
bit of
been
Pinkie Pie.
Oh my god.
See? Well,
Equestrian
maybe that was a
girls.
cutie mark after all.
made to secure this school's
Yes, Aiden!
outstanding reputation.
I was about
Every
to say,
student is expected
I'm sorry, if you've just opened up now, how can you have an outstanding reputation?
to reach a milestone before they
Oh.
graduate.
Wait, what?
He's a scam artist!
Milestone.
That's what he
Also,
is!
by the way, why are you out here being like every student's expected to hit a milestone? Like what?
Because
But here's the thing: if you have thousands of students at a school, do you really expect them all to be big famous YouTubers?
when he says hit
I
a
guess
milestone, we
so.
haven't heard what the milestone is yet. It could be a personal milestone.
I mean, maybe. Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, anything can count as a milestone if you know if enough time is built up. I assure you, I was on top of the world when I hit 25 subscribers. I'll tell you that much.
Subscribers? Not that you have any.
The goal is to reach at least half
Allegedly.
a million subscribers.
See, half a
Okay, I
million.
take it back. I take it back. This is what. So Ultra Nova did sort of the same thing where, and I said this yesterday as well. This is my only aspect I don't like about Ultra Nova is the fact that they started culling students if they didn't get there by like a month time without really giving them any sort of guidance and direction that you would expect,
Yeah.
especially from a show written by somebody who has succeeded at the art of YouTube. So having this makes it even worse because, you know, you're going from 1,000 feasible for beginners to 500,000. Excuse you. you better have some insane tuition. You better have the best professors in the land.
But not to mention, you better have ways to like boost.
You better
your
have
content.
Rob from VidIQ resuscitated and brought back as a hologram.
Oh my god, the chat. Fawn says you
Mhm.
can't take KW out of ponies, but you can't take ponies out of KW. I don't
Hold
know.
on.
Inventing KW will off of ponies. Little Plus Puppeteer.
That's
become
why there's
one.
so many characters.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Me! Yes, I'm a
KW,
queen!
KW, when are you gonna do psychic ponies? You know, like the levitating ponies with your mind powers.
But the Pegasi and unicorns can already fly in ponies.
Yeah, but KW doesn't have to pick them up. She can use her mind powers,
Oh right, okay.
You know, but
and she gonna slam them into each other.
Yes, remember the video. Okay, Bon asks, what if your YouTubers already have 500k? There's two answers to this, maybe. Either they're completely safe and they can use their knowledge and platform to help the other people continue to stay in the school, if they're good people, obviously. Or if you already have that threshold, then they probably would not have like wanted to have you in the academy anyway, because the point is to nurture people.
Wait,
It's the same thing that they say when you're auditioning for performing arts schools, going back to what we said yesterday. They're not looking for perfection, they're looking for potential. Yes, you have to have like a basic line of skills, and they pick the ones best from who's selected, but also they want to show people who they can actually train. If the goal is to hit this point, then there's no need to go through their training, therefore you probably wouldn't be at the academy to begin with. But if they are doing the version where they are in the academy, then they're just safe.
But the main character has over 500k!
No, the main
No,
character.
she doesn't.
The main character, I think, has like 100. Not 100.
No, she-
Yeah, 100.
No,
Yeah,
she said
130k.
What did she say? K? I thought she
130K,
just
I
said
think.
130.
No, she said 500k.
Oh, well, either way.
539k or something like that.
I don't remember her saying the word K. I don't think she specified that was in the thousands.
God,
I think
I'm
it
gonna
was
have to
under 1,000.
rewind.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
no.
rewind.
Oh no.
So, you've stuck around, huh? Well, I guess I could tell you more about myself then. My name is
Please
Madison, and I run a YouTube channel of the name Maddimations. Very creative, I know. I make animations and take commissions for a living. Basically, your generic freelancer. And by some miracle, I managed to pretty much blow up from my animatics. I currently have 138,000 subscribers.
Are you the one making that
There you
video?
go.
Oh, 138,000.
Oh, so she is ultra popular.
Yes, but hasn't hit the milestone yet, which is the important detail here.
I swear, I heard
Meaning that
500k.
as of today, this is the very first year group to represent the school. From beauty
Lottie,
girls
lottie,
to
lottie,
gamers
lottie,
to
lottie,
musicians and
lottie, lottie,
animators,
blah, blah,
your
blah,
future
blah,
here in
blah,
Liberty
blah, blah.
High is bound to success.
Yeah, woo, yeah, woo, well, yeah.
Therefore, multiple rules rules have been made to secure this school's outstanding reputation. Every
Yes.
student is
Hey
expected
guys,
to reach
let's
a
talk about our
milestone.
reputation. You know, for our first year of school opening, and our
I've
reputation.
already
Yeah,
I
we
already
don't
brought
need to
this up.
rant about
Then
that
graduate.
again.
Wait, what?
Milestone. You know, subscribers? Not that you have any.
The goal is to reach at least 500,000 subscribers before you graduate. Channels who have already reached that milestone will be expected to reach double their number count.
Okay, well there you go. There's your answer. Double their number count, which means that if you come with 1 million, it's better hit 2 million.
Wait, what if you have 50 million? Get 100 million.
100 million.
Oh God.
Become Mr. Beast. That's your goal by the end of YouTuber
If you have
Academy.
100 million, Mr. Beast goes to school. Okay, I'm gonna try to school. You have 100 million subscribers. Okay, you have to double that. Oh God,
Mhm.
200 million. No.
Also, look at the boy with the blue hair. That's what I don't like about moving that bandage too much. He has white eyes. His bandage is clipping into his eye.
I mean, even if he didn't have white eyes, his bandage would still be clipping into him. It'd still be like jamming him in the eye.
Minimum requirement to enroll in Liberty High is at least 100,000 subscribers.
Okay, even if that is the case, why are you telling the students who've already gotten into YouTuber High? Like, they shouldn't need to know. This is just as you know without saying as you know.
Meaning that if your channel were to die out or lose subscribers, you will be expelled.
Oh, what? Wait. Expelled? Why use the word expelled like they're in trouble? Do you mean kicked out? Like, there's a difference between being kicked out and expelled.
What's the difference then?
Because expulsion normally means you can't ever come back.
That is
And being
literally
kicked
what
out
expelled. That's
Kicked
literally what
out,
expelled.
sometimes you could come back if you fit the requirements again.
Okay, well, clearly he means expelled then, because he said expelled.
Plus, when you say the
I
word
don't know why this is
expelled,
even a question.
what I'm saying, plus when you say the word expelled, it's normally some sort of punishment, but that kind of just feel, I don't know.
It is a punishment.
It's a weird punishment.
No, if you lose subscribers, you will be punished, and this is the punishment. Again, why is this a question?
I don't know, it just seems like weird wording, dude.
Liberty High has no room for people with no future. Here.
Oh, hey, today will be nurturing your talent. But guys, just remember, we have no room for no talent hacks.
You already have enough subscribers for a comfortable living, unless we account for 30 years of inflation. Maybe that's not the case anymore.
Dude.
But we're just gonna wave that aside and say that you have no future.
You have no future. Oh, what was that? You have 95k subscribers? No future. You're a failure. You're not good enough as a channel. You suck.
I'll tell you what is weird wording. What Prism just brought up here, loses one sub and expels them. That's a fair point. All he said was you have to lose subscribers, which means that, yeah, if they're going to be monitoring like they're in like their then their YouTube studios every time, it's like you have to go on their channel dashboard every single day. It's like, someone unsubscribed once on this particular day, which happens most days to most YouTubers.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Honestly, if you want to expel people under a certain subscriber threshold, that could hypothetically work. Hypothetically,
yeah.
But in my opinion,
if they're under the threshold, but the saying was lose subscribers.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you lose subscribers, I feel like there should be a grace period. Like if you lose a bunch of subscribers and get under 100k for say 30 days straight or whatever time period or some allotted time period, and no matter and what your potential and your attempted recovery fails, and you're not able to recover in said time period we allot to you, then you will be kicked out of school. That would make a lot more sense than, oh, you're at 99.9999k now? Well, I guess you're out of school.
Yeah.
Also,
or even worse, you entered the school with 250k and now gone to 249? Get out of here. We don't want
Well, to be fair, it was just under 100k.
Also, I'd like to point something out. There are like a lot of different types of YouTube channels. Why are there
Did Ghosty cut out for anyone
only
else?
4 varieties here? When there's YouTubers who film an animation, how-to style videos, music.
Didn't we already go over this? There should be more
Yes.
categories. We talked about this already.
I know, but I'm so upset by it because
I
you're
see.
unintentionally leaving out a huge part of the community by making your school more exclusive than it already is.
Yeah, here's the secret to why Ultranova pulled this off. They just didn't say but they just didn't list the categories. They introduced characters who belong to certain categories, but that's just that. They're the characters.
Plus, I
And so
don't
they
think
wouldn't be mentioning
Ultranova.
everything.
I'm
So
pretty
just
sure.
by not mentioning that, they did way more. Less is more.
I'm pretty sure in the concept of Ultranova, they also didn't give an ultimatum. Like, if you don't get popular
No,
They
they did.
around some
We
time.
Oh no,
Aiden,
they
we
did.
brought this up
That's
earlier.
one of the main things I hate.
Oh,
Also, look
dang.
at the guy in front of our screen right now. His hair is his hair is outlined black.
Oh my god. No.
Looks so horrible.
He's just
That's
wearing
totally
the
not
void.
me. Totally did not do that. Oh no. Why would I do that?
You would
Actually,
never
no.
do that, KW.
Like Vaughn, I changed my opinion about characters with eye patches as long as it's done well. Like this Chad clearly looks like he's been in a fight. What happened to you? Did you get in a scruff on campus?
Should have
Or are
seen
you
the
one
other
of
guy.
those vague
Me?
sports tubers
Well, they don't
that
go to
are
this
only
school apparently,
alleged
so the
to
answer is
exist?
no.
Mean everything.
He sounds like
That
Frosty the
makes sense.
Snowman from that old, like, Frosty the Snowman movie that came out many years ago.
Happy birthday!
Yeah,
That's
him!
one. Which, by the way, they made newer versions of those like decades later, and the new Frosty the Snowman is Bill Fargabaki.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
that's
realized
interesting.
life at Liberty High was about to get competitive.
You think?
That implies there was a grace period where it wasn't competitive, which was only a few seconds.
Like you're at a school with a bunch of influencers. What thing made you think, this can't be competitive? I'm sure everyone's gonna be not competitive at all.
Collaboration. There's gonna be but like competitive by nature of like how the education goes rather than like just the people there. I guess it's like a little bit different. Again, it's weird wording, I suppose. Positive thing to point out, though, we still have once again the masked or and faded backgrounds. We actually get to see a little bit of the classroom from the inside. I like the details of those. I'm gonna have to honestly, as soon as Gacha Life 2 hits, I'm going through on Fire Alpaca using what Aiden just taught me and replacing all of the backgrounds with transparent ones that I can just superimpose for the rest of the scene.
Hey, thanks for what you did back there. The name's Valerie. What's yours?
What I did back there? Oh, that was an accident. Sorry. The name's Madison, though. Nice to meet you.
All right, Madison. Accident or not, I owe you one. That
All right, Madison, let me show you the ropes in the School of Hard Knocks, okay? Stick with me and you'll be just fine.
You can create an animatic about the hard knock life of
Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself one of the family.
down a few pegs.
You mean that blue hair boy? What did he do?
Also, I both love and hate that headphones are a common accessory at this school.
I mean, it just implies they're all listening to music while talking to each other, which is... That's what's been weird to me with like gacha characters wearing headphones in general. Like, obviously, people go like, oh yeah, Jacob's wearing headphones right now. Oh, I'm listening to people through a headset. That's different to like doing it in real life. Just like walking around.
Not do. Damien is a cop.
I mean, I do walk around with headphones on, but only at night when no one's
to. Default eyes. Where?
Okay.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
I see him.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Felix.
I mean, okay, here's the thing, though. I never really got the whole, like, ew, default eyes thing. Like, the only time I personally have a problem with default eyes is if we have a big cast of characters and everyone has default eyes.
So, like, we said, like, the Pops.
Like, with some of the Pop series. Like, again, some of my characters in Fallen Angels, like, Ava has default eyes and Ralph has default eyes. But that's, like, 2 out of, like, a cast of, like, 20-something characters. Maybe more. I don't know. I haven't counted every single character. But like the point being like too, and then like when people like reacting, they're like, "Ew, default eyes on Ralph." It's like, okay, but not everyone has default eyes. I mean, it's just one character default eyes. What's the big deal?
I mean,
And
like
I never really got
literally.
that. Like, it's just one set of eyes.
Yeah, no, like literally my character, one of the bully characters from Kamai, he was wearing glasses, but you could tell he has default eyes. But for me, it wasn't really important to see his eyes or not, so I just kept them at default eyes because he was wearing sunglasses. You don't really see his eyes unless he takes them off. So I didn't really change it to default eyes. So I think that's the only time where you don't really need to change the eyes
The
unless.
question would be that if he does take off his eyes, would they be default ones, or would you have changed them in post so that they just come off as something else?
I never did. I don't think. Did I ever make him take his sunglasses off?
I don't think so. That's why I'm asking hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
If he'd
No,
done it
it's-
already, he would have had an answer for that.
Kika,
He
you're
would have
also
said-
a person with it. No, I just didn't. No. But I never said I'm never gonna do noses. The thing when I did Gacha Club is that I never didn't know there were such things as noses. I never knew there was a thing called noses. And so when I heard about
Didn't
noses,
we mention them a lot beforehand, before you started making gacha videos?
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Like,
Maybe,
okay, the thing with noses is it just was kind of the style of gacha with it to like have, since noses were only added in Gacha Club onwards, which is Gacha Club was the latest gacha game to like 2 months
Gacha
ago.
Life,
Like again, so the idea of adding noses isn't that big of a deal because it's like, I mean, well, the thing of noses is they don't have to be
that
added.
same logic? Wouldn't like what else is typical of gacha videos? Opening narration. That's the style that people started
No,
off
but
with.
like I'm
but we've
talking from
evolved that.
a visual style perspective. The thing of Gacha is Gacha existed for such a long time period without noses. Feeling forced to add noses is just, I mean, it's cool if you want to add noses. But like, I don't think you should feel pressure to add or not add noses.
Yeah, that's why I don't think noses is a sin counter either, because like, what if they don't know about noses, or maybe they just
Or what
don't
if
like that
it's just not in their
taste?
style? Like again, like everyone is chibi here. Like is it not technically a sin to like do everyone's like the small head method, like make them long and tall and give them realistic sized eyes like Lionsgate? Is that not also a sin? Because
in
technically,
that context, this would be the sin. Not doing those things would be the sin, because that'd be the default version.
Like,
that stretch look.
Lion Gate is a sin on its own. I don't like
Lion Gate is a sin,
Yeah.
but like the point being with visual styles, it really varies from stuff to stuff.
Like for me personally, I do not like the stretch look. It just looks weird.
I mean,
It doesn't look
I'm not really a
realistic.
fan of like the quote unquote realistic look in Gacha at a whole because like honestly, it's chibi. Everyone's technically chibi. It's kind of the point of Gacha as a whole. Like
one thing I do
everyone
like is shrunken
chibi for
heads.
anime.
I mean, like that's
shrunken
why.
heads are alright. I mean, I don't, as long as they don't go too far. Like maybe going like 2 sizes down is one thing, but if you go down like 3 to 4, then it's like, ooh, looks.
Yeah, I just mentioned that because I had to argue for that during the production process of People Above. Just like,
I mean,
yeah,
like
let's
when
like,
you
reduce
found
them
out
to,
like
0.9.
Zach was a werewolf in Kalamai, I didn't know to emphasize that he's a werewolf. It's like he also has a strong sense of smell, and that's like pretty much it.
You pulled on my streets. The only canonical people with noses are the ones who are werewolves.
Like, meanwhile,
Aaron having a nose was a secret.
Meanwhile, Ulrich, as a human turned werewolf, has a majoritively human face.
Yeah, so I think honestly, like noses
That implies that there are
and
werewolves
eyes,
that don't have majority human faces in
it's
Monster
just a
Compendium.
taste. Like as long as you don't use default eyes a lot, I think defaults can be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ghosty, I will take that smirk as my response.
But adding a nose implies that humans don't have noses. Period. Do you see the problem? No.
My streets again, yeah, same.
Again,
issue.
they don't have noses in my street, but they still they still can
They don't have noses, except
heck, most of the time, my street characters don't even have ears unless they're werewolf ears or cat ears, or in the case of the D&D specials for my street, elf ears. Like the fact that we don't see their ears, they obviously do have ears canonically. It's just the art style and the style the videos are made in.
They all have long hair.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you don't go in canon and be like, man, what's a
Oh
nose?
my goodness,
You know,
Hayden, I just realized that's why the characters that no one in my street can hear beyond like a few meters away from them, because their ears are hidden by their long hair all the time. That makes
Fair
so much
enough.
sense now.
Maybe.
I
Okay,
mean,
I've
normally
been trying to put
hearing in
this comment
my
on, and I'll still try later. I've been trying to put this comment on screen for a while. Next thing you know, people start casting each other left and right to get ahead of them.
Oh no, that's totally gonna happen. You literally like
Get
if you want to get
canceled.
someone like here's the thing: if you want to get someone kicked out of school, here's what you do: start internet drama, and make up lies, manipulate a bunch of big YouTubers to kick out the small YouTubers, and then bam.
That would actually be a really good way to have like a third act, point of darkness in the middle of the like for the season, darkest moment time on the hero's journey would be after Madison has risen and got cancelled for whatever reason. Maybe she messed up, maybe she got framed, doesn't matter. And then she ends up there. That'd be a good way to progress the season before the climax happens.
YouTubers framing each other is not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of upsetting.
Which also means it would make sense in the story on
Didn't,
top
like,
of being a good dramatic thing.
Wait, didn't George Bell get mad on Twitter about something with Dream him at one point?
You've just mentioned the words Twitter and Dream in the same sentence, so the answer is automatically yes.
Oh, by the way, this is a thing that I'm going to bring up after the stream for the sake of not putting it here.
Dream had a drama with Gumball's voice actor.
What?
Yeah, no, that actually happened on Twitter. I
heard about this. Like, it wasn't just on Twitter. It was like it stemmed from real life, then moved to Twitter.
They met in real life. There was a whole thing.
Oh my Gumball's voice actor gave Dream a right chewing out.
Yeah.
And then I saw a bunch of people on TikTok making like memes using actual Gumball clips, and like how like they'll like put text over people's faces and be like for memes.
Well, they had
stuff like
they
that.
had the freakouts. They animated the freakouts that Zach, whatever his name was, had towards Dream, and we had like animated Gumball having the same freakouts, but over like that audio. Talking to Dream and the Uber driver who was there.
I'd have to look this up now.
I saw someone make a meme about like, okay, so there's this Gumball clip with like the Boy Scouts, where like the Boy Scouts kind of went rabid and attacked Gumball and Darwin, and then Gumball beats him up. It's like, oh wait, did you not actually get your wait, you stole the badges, so did you not actually earn your tied knot badges? And then they look at their hands, wait, we're not tied up. And then it's like, oh, shame they didn't learn their self-defense badges. And then they put like Dream's face over the Boy Scouts. It's just like, dang.
What the heck? I have to look this up now.
No, that's such a good Gumball clip. Oh god, and the fact that they made a meme.
It's very interesting because a different Gumball voice actor, Junkie, who I don't remember his actual name, but he actually, while he was on stream with Call Me Carson and some other people, he actually had to be very careful with what he actually said. Oh, and that's 5 minutes, so I'm not going to finish that sentence.
No!
Just because he's popular, he can look down on others.
So Damien's his name. He runs a gaming channel?
Yeah, one of the biggest ones in the school too. He flaunts his subscribers like a medal.
Wait, didn't you guys just take it?
Good at some stupid game.
And I tripped him up!
You sure did, but don't worry about it. He'll just have an everlasting grudge against you. That's it.
You're breaking her out! You're breaking her out!
This is definitely Caitlyn. Remember Phoenix Drop High, how Caitlyn like managed to put Afnal in like a panic a lot of the time, but trying to calm her down, and she was terrible at it.
Oh yes.
But like, listen. But here's the thing with this girl. This girl doesn't seem to care that she's clearly visibly freaking out.
Well, she doesn't. I don't think she realizes she's naive. I think she's saying that she doesn't care.
everlasting grudge? That is not helping me feel any better.
I love her face as well, just the reaction.
Well, what type of channel do you run?
I run a music channel. You?
Animation. Maybe we'll get to collaborate one day.
Animated music video? Huh? Yes? Yes?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
please.
also
Nice.
from a visual standpoint, I don't know why the main character has headphones with a music note, because okay, so the girl on the left makes sense why she has headphones with a music note on. But from a visual storytelling perspective, it would make more sense if she was the only one in the scene, or the only character design that has headphones with music note on it, to really visibly show her talent or what she does.
That implies that as a YouTuber of a specific genre, you have to dress the part by force.
No, but from a character design perspective, if you're looking just visually at a character, when you have certain visual cues,
does that mean that she shouldn't have a game controller on her chest because you're not a gaming channel?
Well, yeah, ideally.
Okay.
Again, when you design characters, it's different than IRL stuff, okay? Because in real life, I may just throw on whatever I want. But if I was designing something, I would put a lot more thought into it, because I personally don't put a lot of thought into stuff, into my outfits and stuff like that. But you do when you're designing when you're writing a story and designing characters, you have to actively put thought into it, because you're building something from the ground up.
I think it depends on the character. If the character doesn't actually care in the same way, or the tone of the show doesn't actually match that, then then there is a little bit more leeway. If you want to have everyone wear what they do on their sleeves, then that's fine to do as well. But you also risk going too extreme and making that a thing where they can't deviate ever.
I mean, not saying they can't deviate, but if you're going to have a main outfit, it would be nice to have some indicators of what they're into. So from a visual standpoint, you could tell.
Which is fair if this happens to be their main outfit. This is only episode 1, so we don't really know yet.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think it's weird that one girl has headphones with a music note on, but only one of the girls in this conversation actually has anything to do with music.
Maybe
Also,
the girl just likes music.
I don't think she can change the music note on the headphones.
You can't. That's
I'm saying, then why include the headphones as a detail? Besides, for the sake of adding detail.
Yes, Ghosty?
I'm going to sit here and stare uncomfortably at Monster Compendium, where their outfits have almost nothing to do with their interests.
Yeah, I would just Mutant Girl is largely the same as well. I mean,
there's thought with the Mutant Girl outfits.
Yeah, it goes in a different direction for the most part. Yeah,
I think when you're designing
that my outfit choices are completely thoughtless.
No.
Oh no!
No, I'm saying when you.
I'm sorry, but that's how it's coming off.
I'm saying when you design characters, you always put thought in what they're wearing, and you do too, with the color and other aspects.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in this case, I feel like these characters didn't have enough thought. I feel like the creator may have sat down one day, made 2 cool designs, and then be like, oh, I can make a series out of this, and just attributed names versus writing about certain characters and then designing them accordingly.
Well, I mean, technically in Climb, my character's outfits are based what I wore, not because of their interests or anything like that. It is just putting a piece of me inside of the story because I like to dress up. So having my characters have some of the outfits that I wear, it's kind of like a special thing for me. So maybe that could be the case where the creator decided to do something that's part of them, with character designs and such, and not try to focus on, oh, this person likes music, so they must have some music stuff on them, while this other person cannot, since they're not into music. It's just...
Or alternatively, this person wears their passions on their sleeve, therefore the other person has to do that also, and so does every other character.
Yeah,
but even IRL people wear their interest on their sleeves a lot of the time.
Yeah, so a lot of the time, but not everyone. So if you were to reflect IRL, then it would be some people do that, some people don't. Some people want to make music, some people just listen to it when they're talking to others rudely.
Like,
for some
I
reason.
listen to K-pop,
Also,
but I don't wear a lot of K-pop shirts.
Yes, Gussie?
a friend bought me this shirt. I like it, but that's because a friend got it for me.
I thought it
I'm
said
not
Neko Neptuna
natural.
backwards. I was going to say, do we have merch
I
already?
mean, honestly, that's
No,
that's a
it's
really
Necro
cool
Neptuna.
shirt, actually. I really do
Like,
like
it
that
is.
shirt.
Like a friend made a joke that I was basically a diet goth. So they linked. So they do this. This is what my usual wardrobe looks like. I'm not usually covered in pentagrams.
Yeah, Pani KW's
So-
wardrobe is mostly black and grey, but yet she also just said she likes to dress up.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
If
like,
KW were a fictional character, she'd be dressing up all the time in this case.
here's the
Obedient.
thing. When I'm also pointing this out, like, and also in real life, you have a lot more limitations because again, wearing a fancier outfit or wearing a lot of accessories, you may not want to wear a lot of accessories because a lot of accessories could feel awkward if
I
you're
don't
wearing
see
a
a
lot of
huge
bracelets.
limitation in this case.
I know, but like I'm saying in IRL, wearing a lot of stuff or wearing constant fancy outfits is either A, expensive, or B, you don't want to wear a lot of accessories or a lot of stuff at once. In fiction, you could probably be a lot more custom with how they wear it because you don't have to worry about real life stuff.
I think one of the things that Bond pointed out way at the beginning of this stream is that it was the realistic outfits, aka the retro 2020s media. So
Maybe I don't know. And also again, why I point out the fact that I think it would be cooler if some of their outfits scream more of their interest is because they're going to a specialized school to hone certain interest, which being YouTube, but even the subcategory YouTube they're going to school for that reason. Therefore, that would indicate, since they're going to a special school, that they would want to wear specialized outfits. And or like their designs would indicate more because like these characters are more specialized or want to specialize in certain fields. Because
assuming,
like
of course, there's
again,
no dress code, that would make perfect sense. But
Yeah.
again, it comes down to a personal choice. Some people might choose to dress differently. Some people might not feel like they need to do that.
but
Especially
again,
if
they're
I'm
not.
making-
These are people. We keep
Well-
giving full on personhood, like they have their own thoughts and
They're supposed to be. The best characters are supposed to feel like actual people.
Exactly.
A lot of like creators when it's like I mean like I know I think about that a lot, but sometimes I feel like certain creators don't. Like I mean, I'm
Okay,
just
well,
thinking,
here's a creator that apparently does.
okay, but like I'm just saying from a design standpoint, it's important that the characters reflect maybe some of their interests if their interests are hyper relevant to their characters. Their
Like,
interests are hyper relevant.
As someone speaking from a different perspective, I think these character designs are fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably because she got mad at that one dude because she plays video games in her free time. I don't know. Chiptune dubstep is a thing.
Well, I mean, honestly,
Music
I could
actively
totally see her being
inspired
into
by
video games.
games.
I like that
And
one.
she might play like Beat Saber because Beat Saber is all
She
about
plays the Miku
music.
Miku games. Miku, you could call me Miku.
Yeah, so like, so she may
Again,
have
and
a
also, and
on
when I say
music.
this as well, I'm saying it from the standpoint as well as you have two characters on screen that have the exact same hair accessory, being the headphones, just
Right.
different colors. Again, when you're going to have certain characters share a lot of screen time, giving them certain elements that are the same, even though it doesn't really make a lot of sense for both characters, doesn't add a lot of visual dissimilarity to them.
If these two are supposed to be best friends, it could be a thing they have in common. They happen to they shop to the same store. They happen to get different colors, and that's 5 minutes. It's always
My
me that
door
ends up.
number is 343.
Why is it always
You
me?
can stop by if you want.
I didn't see a timer.
Because you're a Gacha reviewers.
Yeah. What classes do you have? We might share.
Which, by the way, I'm glad they didn't end up being roomies this time. Like, just said, oh yeah, this is my room. You know, you come and visit. Rather like, oh my
Wait.
goodness, what a coincidence! The first person I met having my roommate. Whoa.
That's so dumb. It's like, oh, hey, they bump into each other. Oh, hey, I like you. You're really cool. Cool. Oh, what room do you live in? I live in this room. Oh, we're
that was
roommates.
yesterday's review. That was yesterday's review as well.
For video editing, I have
It's so
class 2A.
cliche.
For design and effects, I have 5C. And for free time, I have 6H.
No way! We have the same design and effects class.
Okay, so you have one thing on the list. That tracks. All right.
That's awesome!
Also, finally,
But wouldn't a school
courses,
like this ultra... Oh, go on, Ghosty.
finally, courses that are relevant to content creation.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's a
A
massive...
super school that is relevant to the subject matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Although I
if
feel
that's
like in this case, certain classes would probably be the... Like, I feel like if we're talking about YouTuber Academy, certain classes would overall be a part of the core curriculum and some would be electives. For example, I think stuff
Okay.
like video editing and sound engineer
They
would
probably
be
are.
would be counted as the core curriculum, but you have the special classes, which is like music production or like commentary or something like that, you know.
Yeah, you're most likely right. I don't
Yeah.
see a
Like,
reason that wouldn't be the case for now.
I'm right now envisioning a lot of commentators in a forensics class, and I personally am tickled by that personally tickled.
Honestly,
I
wonder how
would love it
common-
if they actually got to a point where they were like people were talking in a classroom. It's like, oh, is this great? We don't have to do maths anymore because we're in YouTube Academy now. Then the teacher comes in. All right, class, today we're going to talk about analytics.
Well,
Like,
they probably do
believe
have
it
an
or
analytic
not-
class, to be fair.
That's why I made the joke. Yes.
Believe it or not, I made the analytics joke. Not analytics, forensics class, because not a lot of people know how to pick out contradictory or bad evidence.
Yeah, that's this
But
with a lot of
the-
commentary. Yeah.
free time. Why are we in classes for that? Can't we meet up then?
Jeez, I ain't no encyclopedia.
Sorry.
Free time
Encyclopedia.
is where you work on your own channels using the school's equipment and help.
That's
You can
very
also
cool.
create collaborations with your classmates. It's sort of like a social communications class.
That's also very cool. And so is this visual.
They don't grade you or put you in sets for that, though.
I really do want to
That's-
have a class have like visuals like this in like Fallen Angels one day, but like Fallen Angels is too serious for visuals like this.
I mean,
Funny.
okay, I mean, this
Meanwhile,
this
visuals
the
like
note
this
paper
would-
background works a lot for a school setting more so than anything else. This could be a good thing, Mrs. Dysart, if anything.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So we're putting the
Meanwhile, I have things like this sprinkled all throughout Monster Compendium.
Oh, that's
in
really
general.
cool. Honestly, like again, like I've said this to like the Rose Cozy music videos, but I, in general, with my content, eventually want to have some more abstract visuals or some more unique looking, fun little bits, like something like this, or like something like you're maybe doing for Monster Compendium, something in that vein, where it's just like a really fun visual.
Believe it or not, some movements are shown via sliding manga panels, because that
Ooh.
ultimately fits the theme.
I mean,
Well,
I
I
would
mean-
have thought the theme would have been like folding pages, as particularly because of Monster Compendium, but that works too.
Like, believe it or not, kind of both are applicable in this case.
Yay!
classes based
You
on
know
my
what would be
skills?
interesting one day if Monster Compendium gets super big? You actually release a official quote unquote Monster Compendium book,
Yeah.
like IRL, like a book sale, like with like
Even if it
illustrations
doesn't
and
do
everything.
If it doesn't do that, because that could be a good like accompaniment. As in,
Oh,
like,
that
the
would be
listing the
so
actual
cool,
monsters and
honestly. Like you
guides,
could
yeah.
write lore that you don't even get to use in the show. Like maybe you write about a monster that doesn't get to appear in the show. Or like
Essentially,
little
essentially
trivia
make
facts. That'd be so
essentially make Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
cool. Or the Starverse Forces of Evil journal, or the Gravity Falls journals, or you know.
Yes.
Sorta. It really depends on what channel you run and if you need extra classes. Extra classes in general are for different types of different channels. You'll get an animation class while I'll get a music class. They're basically clubs.
I guess that means everyone has design.
Well, I mean,
maybe for channel design, particularly like you know,
Well,
how they
yeah,
present
because you
themselves.
need to design your banner, your like channel logo, and even
Yeah.
like how you set up playlists and stuff on your channel. That's very important.
Yeah, Bond can benefit from that last
Wait,
one.
does that mean there's going to be a graphics design course?
I'm
Probably.
guessing not, But if you happen to have a graphic design channel, or if you happen to have an animation channel, I think graphic design would be a pretty
No, but
good
graphic
thing to
design
have.
can really help with your channel art and stuff you use in videos, knowing graphic design and what looks appealing
Okay.
and video editing, regardless of what channel you do.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we find at our dorms and timetables, right? I just didn't really look into the extra stuff.
I figured. Consider this as me repaying you for embarrassing Damien. Got it?
Okay, that means we're friends.
Repaying you, but that implies that you didn't want Damien to be embarrassed, despite the fact you were in the middle of an argument with him. Are you actually friends, but you just had a falling out that point?
No, I think it's repaying her like a favor. Like she kind of did her a favor by helping her out with that situation,
Right.
unintentionally, technically, but you know.
Okay.
Caca. Well, I ramble. We've been over this.
I have about 30 minutes to check in with my dorm before period 3 starts. I'm guessing every period 1 we have an assembly, while period 2 is used for us to sort out our books and equipment.
How often do you have assemblies?
Every period 1. You just said that.
I know, but like assemblies aren't that common.
Well, maybe in this school they are.
Yeah.
Expensive gaming tech coming through.
I mean,
isn't that kind of dangerous?
It's just a suitcase.
Hey!
Well, technically, like hard drives and like memory and stuff like that for like gaming PCs could be in there. Although, if I'm being honest, though, I kind of feel like it's reckless to kind of drag it around like that, especially the fact that you have a little cart that you're pushing around with a computer monitor around there. Because if you go a little too if you go a little too fast or take a bump on the road, that computer monitor is gonna fall off there and crack. And
Definitely. Also, apparently, someone mildly grazing the cart means you don't know where they're going, because that guy just walked up and very slightly stopped there and didn't really do much at all.
Oh no, that girl is.
Well, maybe be more careful with it and move it one by one and put everything in a secure case and not just sitting there on a cart.
Can we just put up the poster here? This is a bully-free zone. Walk with confidence.
That girl is like a stereotypical gaming girl because she has like the cat ears and like a pink outfit and
Are gaming creators the same as like commentary was in Ultra Nova? Are the gamers just all the enemy for some reason?
Nah, I mean, to be fair, maybe she's one of those gamer girls because like there are some gamer girls who play into like a very like cutesy gamer girl. Like there are those kind of gamer girls that exist out there.
That doesn't mean she can't also be an antagonist.
Yeah,
even if she is doing
she's
that,
probably a mean
girl.
Possible. She's probably a mean girl. For
fair, but it's just like a lot of people will think that gaming girls are like that all the time. It's like a stereotypical thing.
I don't know, but
that wasn't what I was getting at, but that's good to know.
Why?
Oi, are you staying in this room? If not, then could you scram? I need to try and fit all of this stuff in somehow.
This is my roommate. This is my dorm too.
So they're going for a
Well, I guess technically this is like the mean girl version of Kawaii-chan for the series.
I guess if we're going with the cat ears, once again, more headphones.
See, this person loves headphones. Jesus.
Yeah.
Still on the headphones.
Actually,
It's like
no,
Emily with leaves in hair.
Actually,
Which
no,
this character also has.
I kind of think this character kind of fits her aesthetic.
Oh no, yeah. See, no, they can't match their aesthetic because
No, I think her aesthetic matches her niche, Aiden.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I like a lot of characters to have. That's what I'm playing off.
Yeah, that's what Aiden was getting at before. What we were all saying previously was that it doesn't need to be the case.
Oh, they don't need to.
It can be.
But like when they do, it works really well, and it speaks to a strong character design in a strong aspect.
You have
like,
you were actively berating while the characters were straying away from that previously.
Meanwhile,
that's why.
Hey Aiden.
Yes.
You mind telling me what Ulrich's niche is by his outfit?
Oh
well, by Aiden's logic, that this would be something that you sort of like considered when designing him. And that's why that wouldn't work.
No, but like when Ulrich, there's a lot of consideration with his outfit. For example, the darker colors really do convey a more colder, maybe a darker attitude. Maybe he has trauma in his past. The red eyes
I
can be
know
kind of
Aiden.
intimidating.
I know
Like, again, it's
Aiden.
just from a character design perspective, the use of colors, accessories,
I know
outfit
Aiden.
pieces can really convey a certain kind of character.
I know Aiden, but I'm asking because when you look at him, he doesn't really have an outward niche you can pick out.
Oh,
You
no,
can't
but
tell
like
what his interest is by looking at him, unlike these ladies.
Oh, no,
But
but
you
like...
can with Sue, and that's the difference. So in your case, you selected characters. That's why I was saying before with Aiden pointing out that it was a shame that Madison didn't do that.
No, but the point of the series is their niche. A major part of their characters and their motivations is their niche. Monster Compendium as a whole, for what I've seen, is like a supernatural drama, school drama, where the characters are kind of growing up and like going through life with supernatural elements. The fact that their niches don't really come into it besides maybe their species or anything about their past, versus here they're going to the school, they're living, breathing, being a YouTuber, they're living, breathing their niches, they're in an environment that's all about their niches. So that's the whole point of that.
I feel like if a character's well written and well performed, you should be able to tell what what their passion is and what they're like just by how they're presented.
I mean,
despite how they
true.
go visually.
True, but like when their visual and the way they're performed go together perfectly, that makes the amazing character. Like, I think visuals tell a story just as much as performance a lot of the time.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Madison.
Alrighty, Madison. Now that formalities are out of the way, do you mind holding the door open? I'm gonna try shove this all in.
Are you crazy?
Are you? Yeah, this is precious gaming PC stuff. Do you know how expensive gaming PCs are?
She literally just said expensive gaming equipment coming through, so the answer is yes, Aiden.
Scratching all your stuff.
Huh. Thanks for the concern, but I'm positive this will work. I just need...
Okay, she's meant to be endearingly naive and not the mean girl. Okay.
Get in. Whoa!
Oh,
okay.
That's a cool visual.
Noticing,
I like the door open.
I'm noticing a problem.
Yes.
With this, like I've already talked about this like a bit, but lack of sound effects. This would have been a great time. I mean, to go into the people above, I suppose one of people's favorite moments apparently was the big crash that happened off screen.
Make way, the people above.
Honestly, Jacob, that the fact that the way sound effects are used in that scene gives me vibes of how a Bridge series would use sound effects.
That is where I got the inspiration from. So yes, very much so.
Like if you can't do it visually, do it auditorily.
Which was the case with Gacha Life 2 at that point. So yeah, I take that. But my point is that like that was a standout moment, and it was done through audio. I mean, this is where I say again. I guess to use the example again, I suppose it's technically wouldn't be a necessity, but it is one of those things that's very easy to account for. And honestly, like considering the level of editing with this video, then yeah, I'm gonna have to say should have had at least like a couple of things shatter, if nothing else. Maybe like a little bit like a screen crack or something from the monitor that's wedged into the door currently.
Oh,
anything
God,
really.
That monitor ain't surviving this. Why didn't you put the monitor in a bag or something? Like, the monitor could have went in the suitcase, okay?
Yeah, we already questioned that.
My gosh! Are you okay?
Ow! My beautiful face!
Okay, conceited much?
Do you need an ice pack?
Blah! I'm alright. You're awfully caring. I assume you're in your mid-100Ks?
My mid... what?
What?
Well, yeah.
Everyone...
I guess only people who are in the mid-100Ks can be considered lovers.
Knows that the more popular you get, the more your ego grows.
Wow!
That's horrible. That is horrible. Why?
And her hand. The hand. It looks like she broke it.
Like, to be honest, she's not incorrect.
She's growing on me. I'll admit, she's growing on me.
Let's face it, this girl is not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, of course, am an exception.
Stereotypes right off the bat.
No, you're not.
As in,
no, you're not, honey.
as in you have a small following but still have an ego.
Let's hear your
Josh,
second.
rewind if you don't know why we are laughing. You always seem to ask that after we laugh and move on.
Yeah.
Looks great.
My pack. I didn't even get to.
I don't like how
most
the
of it
background's
yet.
so realistic. Like the background, like like the school backgrounds feel very cartoon like, but
I mean,
this
this is
feels
still-
very realistic, and I don't like
This is-
that aspect.
yeah,
It doesn't
this
look
is still-
realistic
it's
to
still-
me.
It's still drawn. It just has more shading, and that's what's giving they've given the idea of realism across. That's what
Yeah.
it's like. It's like a
But-
middle point.
Mhm.
But I feel like it
It's
leans
kinda
too
like-
much into realism.
It's like the cabin that Ghosty made for Fallen Angels that people think is 3D. just
It's
because it has
3D,
shading.
guys. Totally.
Yeah,
Ghosty made a
because-
3D render and everything.
Okay, it's that,
Yeah,
but
some-
applied to everything.
Some people keep confusing that. A lot of people confuse the shack for like a 3D object. No, I can literally hop into Fire Alpaca and take that cabin apart layer by layer and show you how all of the everything.
With all the depth
went
and
into the
shading, it
2D
makes it
picture.
That
look
should-
3D.
That should be a separate video. That you honestly you can make that video on your channel.
Do it.
Not that they're.
Honestly,
But to be
Ghosty,
honest-
one thing you could do is like every time that like we ask you to do like an art thing or something, just make a video of the process and upload that.
Is what shown back.
Mm,
A laptop and drawing iPad is nothing compared to what Stellar has.
So, Madison, now that everything's in
you
place,
use a laptop,
Apparently,
honey.
Oh, well,
Honey, get yourself
Yeah.
a PC. It has better storage.
tell me more about yourself.
Huh?
Tell me more about yourself. Roommates are supposed to trust each other. Duh.
tell
we
me
just
more,
met. We just
Tell me
met.
more,
Why
tell
would
me
I-
more. We only met today. Tell me more, tell me more. Are
It's
you
not
part
even,
of
no,
100K?
it's not even the fact that we just met today. We met like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that didn't rhyme
Like,
with
to
100
be
with
honest-
100K. I was preparing a thing.
Yeah, she's also striking up conversation with her roommate, which is something you should do if you've just met them.
Yeah, but like, listen, okay.
To go back to Pitch
Pitch
Perfect. Pitch Perfect. Kimmy, I think was the name of Becca's roommate. Made the roommate experience pretty bad by like immediately disregarding everything about her. So yeah, example of a bad roommate right there.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
this is
I
an
see.
example of a good roommate wanting to get to know
Mm.
the girl she's going to
Look,
be funky with
okay,
for the
at
rest of the
YouTuber
year.
Academy, I'm just saying, I'm safeguarding some secrets. Okay, look, if
That's
someone
fine,
wants, if someone
But if
wants to
someone
scream-
asks you about you can just say the stuff that you're not
Mhm.
safeguarding and get through, and then forget about the rest of it. They're not going to know in the moment. Unless they
Yeah,
ask
like
directly, in which case you can say, I'd rather not say that at the moment, then move on. But if it's just a general tell about yourself, pick the stuff that you're going to be comfortable
like-
saying.
hey, I'm an art YouTuber. Yeah, I'm sub 100K. What about
you-
it? And what about you? What do you do?
hmm
Well, as you know, my name is Madison, and
As you know, ugh.
I run an animation channel.
Animation? That's so cool!
Thanks! I currently have 138,000 subscribers. My dream is to work as
I
big
bet you don't
animation company-
upload except for once every few months.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
look, that's
Aiden.
animation for you.
Yeah, that is
Aiden,
animation.
Aiden, I'm not sure you realize, but animation takes a long.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's just the thing of animation channels, which
Yeah, he's
kinda
not
sucks.
Rosie Closey. He knows.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks with like YouTube as a whole because like the algorithm and how that works, because you got to constantly upload, or then the YouTube algorithm stops recommending your channel as much. So it's kind of risky in the animation field, and YouTube is kind of
Which is why animation channels for a while were actually like they took a huge decline, especially when the YouTube algorithm actually changed. But then a lot of that actually like changed in 2016, where there was like a huge rise for animators, and then now it's sort of declining again.
Yeah, that's because Storytime animators hit the scene and made animation more accessible, so to speak.
There you go.
Companies like Pixar. Ever since I was young, I love to bring my stories to life.
I'm glad
Wait,
that Pixar
Pixar is
still
still
operate.
alive?
Well, I mean, why not? They've been going for 30. They've been going for over 30 years currently. There's no reason they couldn't do 30 more.
Okay, but the main reason why I say that is Pixar, or at least currently, is under a lot of scrutiny, and
Okay.
and Pixar really isn't the animation giant it used to be.
Yeah, but
So it's just one of the things where, honestly, if within maybe 6 to 7 years, Pixar could start to go downhill in popularity and
Disney
have a
had the
lot of
exact same thing happen
issues.
to them. You know,
Yeah.
after Walt died, the 70s was their worst decade ever. The 80s,
Yeah.
not exactly the best track record either.
Also, Aiden, I'd also
Yeah.
like to recommend, even after a studio crashes, that movies will still exist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she
Like,
probably have seen like old movies, like, oh, Pixar
I mean,
Studios. I
fair,
wonder what-
but like, I also say this because I feel like I
you
don't know
don't-
if Pixar would be held to the high pristine, like the prestige. I don't know if it would be known
The
as
Prestige.
the prestige animated studio of all time. Like, honestly, realistically, by this time, by this part of the timeline, there would probably be a newer animated studio that maybe been around for a decade or 2 decades or maybe just a few years, but
This
is
is true.
known to
Yeah.
be prestigious and meant to be the quote unquote pinnacle of animation in the current landscape. So again, it like this very much feels like it's a story that's meant to be in the future, but it's using our current time frame as a reference, even though again, in the case of 30 years, things change a lot. Again,
That's one of my
if you go back in 30 years from now, 30 years in the past from today, things have changed drastically, so you can't really,
Yeah, Disney was
Like-
coming out of the slump they were in.
Speaking of, hey Aiden, you remember a movie called Rio, right?
Yeah, Blue Sky.
That
Oh
was
boy,
created.
yes.
That was created by an animation studio by the name of Blue Sky.
And Disney closed them down
Yes.
after buying
After buying them up, yes.
Yeah, well, they didn't buy them up specifically. They bought up Fox that owned them, and then they closed them very quickly after, which is weird choice.
Yeah. Oh well, we still got Nimona.
Well, yeah, I think the only reason we got Nimona is because Netflix stepped in and was like, "Hey, let's resurrect this."
Yeah, pretty much. I remember the story a little bit.
Wait, what thing?
Nimona. It was I think like Blue Sky was gonna make it, but then it got canceled because Blue Sky died, and then Netflix decided to do it, resurrect.
Yeah.
Oh, are they the ones who also made Ice Age, Blue Skies?
Yes.
Or...
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
I set my heart on at the moment I began watching cartoons.
Wow, that's really sweet, Maddie.
Maddie?
Isn't that your nickname?
Oh yeah, I'm just surprised because my channel name is Manimations.
Yeah, so clearly that was a thing. Your community must be calling you that already. There's no way they type out Maddimations every single time.
I mean, I feel like most people named Madeline go by Maddie for short, to be fair.
That's not what I was...
For instance, there is a modern channel with a similar name called Illymations, but people type out Illy instead of the full thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wait, what does Illy stand for? Like Lily?
Alyssa, actually.
Alyssa? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
What's your channel name then?
Stellar System. It's a mash between solar system and stellar.
Yeah, but that's what they actually call any solar system. Well, I take any stellar system because it's a star. It's a system with planets. It would be a stellar system, not a solar system. Solar is the sun. So actually, you've created nothing at all, and I hate to break it to you.
I mean, okay, but like, I don't think Maddie Mason is a bad. Why is she so embarrassed about her channel being named Maddie Mason? I mean, I don't
because
think
it's very it's basic. It's not a bad name. It's just a basic name that you could have come up with instantly, pretty much.
I mean, mine's literally Aiden the Best. It's just my name with the best at the end.
I mean, I was thinking of you as an example. I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
No, I mean, I understand. My name's going to be basic and kind of strange, but it's just my online persona.
Yeah, it still works. Yeah.
What Well, that's stupid.
Whatever you say. Oh, by the way, what classes are you in?
For video editing, I'm in Class 2A. For design and effects, I'm in Class 5C. For free time, I'm in 6H.
No, I don't have any classes with you.
Oh wow,
We're just
I'm
second
honestly surprised by
grade.
that. I thought you'd be like, "Oh my god, we
Yeah.
also have the same classes!" Like,
I feel my expectations have been subverted, so that automatically gets points.
We can walk to classes together if you want.
That makes me feel a little better. Deal?
Deal.
Ah, the hand.
Just like that, I had already made 2 friends. But then I realized, what about you?
Huh?
Tell me about yourself, Stellar.
Me? Let's see. My channel is a gaming channel, but I mainly stream on Twitch. I have over 200k subs on my channel.
wait, Twitch is still
Interesting.
around?
Well, so is YouTube.
Yeah.
but-
Okay. Yeah.
This is
I
called
mean-
YouTuber Academy.
Okay. Wait. I'm just going into this in general. Like, there's for what I know right now, there's a lot of controversy around Twitch. People leave Twitch. Like, people are trying to make Twitch alternatives. People have been streaming on YouTube more. So it's one of those things where it's like, again, since we're setting this in the future, it's just weird to talk about companies like Twitch and YouTube like I guess they're the same as they are in 2020. Like 2020 and 2050, nothing's really changed. Like, which again is one of those things where it's like, I disagree. I mean, again,
This is the reason we invented Chatbox, by the way, for the
Yeah.
Butterverse.
Again,
exactly
for example, TikTok has only technically been around the past few years, and before that, it was Musically.
I
But
don't
like,
TikTok
but you don't.
one
But like, if
bit.
they start going on about, oh yeah, TikTok is such a thing as like it's still around. I mean, I'm surprised most social media is. I'm surprised again. This feels very much like it's 2020, but they're pretending like we're in the future. Like,
Also,
things change.
Twitter is X now. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Please, God, no. Let's not talk
Oh.
about the name change for Twitter.
No, we will dead name Twitter because apparently on Twitter you're allowed to dead name and misgender people because that's been removed. Those protections have been removed. So hey,
apparently
what's
you
wrong? So let's dead name
Dead
Twitter.
name Twitter.
want to be vindicated or whatever. Like, what? Why?
Dead naming
With over
Twitter.
600,000 followers on Twitch. And one day, I'm going to create my very own game.
Really?
Okay,
You want to actually
Pokimane.
make a game?
Sure, it's
Oh
going
my
to be an
God.
indie game, but I've been practicing my coding skills for ages now. I just need a small team to help me out.
I mean, technically, you could start making like a developer log thing. You could be like a good version of Yandere Dev, who's a horrible person, but you know, you could be the good Yandere Dev.
It's actually a really good reason for someone with this large amount of following to come to YouTuber Academy for the collaboration, because we just went over the fact that that is a possibility. So who knows?
Well, I feel like with gaming and streaming, there's a massive collaborative environment because, like, when you're gaming and doing something, it really does help to have multiple people there because, again, normally one person can support a stream or a video, but it's really nice when you have multiple personalities interacting because they each bring their own flavor. Heck, they may even bring their own audience, and it really spices up the stream or video having multiple people doing one thing. You know, playing a game or something.
I was just gonna say that she could have done because technically Scott Cawthon didn't have any help when making his own game, so she could at least start
Yeah, but Scott beforehand,
or Toby Fox.
But Scott beforehand also was working on game development as a whole. He did do some games before FNAF.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
much
talking
like this
about.
person here.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
Stella
talking
is
about,
also
literally.
doing that.
Yeah, she can start.
Well, I mean, I will say if she does want to make a game, it's probably best to start small and then expand out because sometimes I feel like people's ambition gets ahead of them.
I think she knows that. I think she knows that, and that's why she's here.
Make music though.
She seems really passionate about her dream. It's kind of admirable.
Yeah, see, she doesn't know to draw or make music, which is 2 things that are integral to a lot of games. So again, she's come here to help expand her team.
I hope she finds what she's looking for.
I mean, she might have done. You gonna help out with a game?
You can help out with the drawing, drawing
animations?
some of the assets. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Books? Check. Drawing tablet? Check. Laptop? Check.
I'm so glad you're saying check to things that you don't you're not actually checking for. When someone says check, they're usually actually going through a check. You know?
Pen, check.
Are you seriously ticking off a list?
No, because there's no list.
There is
What
no
are you talking
list.
about?
You really are a dork.
I am not a dork. I just want to make sure I didn't forget anything.
Like, maybe it's a mental list she has.
Have design and effect.
I also have mental lists to make sure I have everything.
But do you say your mental list out loud?
Yes.
Oh.
All the time.
I was gonna be like, oh, Gisty says, no,
Okay,
I
mean,
have her.
honestly, I feel like the mental list thing would work more so. Okay, so maybe if she did something like, okay, so I made sure I put in my drawing tablet, made sure I put in my pen, made sure I put in that. Okay, I hope I didn't forget anything because I don't want to have to run back. Did I put in my snacks? Oh wait, yeah, I did. I remember doing that. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
uncertainty.
that would work better than being like, I got this check, I got this check, I got this check. It's like, okay.
Well,
Actually, no. Like, Aiden, you haven't met me in real life. Do you know what I'm like? When I am looking through my bag, I am speaking out loud. Okay, do I have this thing?
Oh no, I mean
Yes, but you're actually looking through your bag.
She wasn't
That's the
looking through her
difference
bag.
between
She
you
was
and
saying it
Madison
out
here.
loud as she was walking. So it's either converted to
Yes, I do that too. You know, going through the mental checklist, making sure everything is great. That's because, Aiden, fun fact, I'm neurodivergent.
Yeah, no, like there are
Really, we didn't know.
Nah, we thought you were the most neurotypical on the stream. I mean,
You've never mentioned it before.
I thought you were our token neurotypical. Oh wait, that's just Jacob.
That's me.
Jacob's just a token neurotypical.
But no,
he's not only the token straight, he's also the token neurotypical.
but no, like when I'm like
Yep. On my own channel.
no, when I like also check to make sure I have everything that I need to go, I will speak out loud and be like, okay, do I have this? Do I have this? And then when I realize I don't have anything, I'm like, oh, I need to look around.
Yeah,
So-
I just kind of wish it was it felt more like it was done in a more organic way than just
Like,
it kind of
often-
like the way the line was delivered. It sounded like she was going through her bag or like actually looking at something. The way it was delivered and written, versus the fact that she wasn't going through anything. I mean, if she was just talking to herself, going through a mental checklist, you know, I feel like it would have been better if it was done either in a more organic way or actually had her looking through her bag. Either way could have worked.
Like, meanwhile, Aiden, when I'm going through my mental checklist and talking about it out loud, I often stare off into the void of space.
I mean,
I'm really ever on my own while doing it. It's like, have I eaten today? Yes, no. If I haven't, I go eat something, or I don't, or I grab an energy drink from the fridge because
I don't have the
caffeine
energy to eat
addiction.
most of the time. I'm like, I'll eat food later. And then it's like, oh, wait, it's 7 o'clock and I've been up since like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't ate all day. Maybe I should eat something and I'll do it
Or
later.
maybe I should take a nap.
I'll do it later. It's just like, no.
Like, I'm someone who is bound to schedules and checklists, so I'm actually pretty relating to this character right now. Because she's also walking while staring off into space while going over a mental checklist.
I mean, fair enough, you know. It's
Like, believe it or not, this character is actually relatable, except when I'm interrupted while going through my checklist, I think I forgot something and I start to have a panic attack.
I mean,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is that where you grab the bag and open it up immediately?
Yeah.
Yes.
God,
I
sometimes I feel like I forgot something and then I start panicking and then I just go through all my stuff and immediately find it. I'm like, oh, why did I panic over nothing? Just like
I panicked over
I'll
air.
be like, wait, did I forget that? Or wait, am I supposed to do something? No, wait,
There's
no, I
Thomas
already did
Sanders
that.
Vine about this exact topic. It's one of those relatable human moments, so yeah, it does happen. All right.
I'm pretty sure you don't need that stuff.
I do. I'll be prepared.
Actually, she probably... Oh, yeah, there's school equipment, I forgot.
Whatever floats your boat. I have entertainment class.
Enter what? I was...
What do you mean, enter what? Have you ever heard of entertainment before?
Oh god.
How are you a YouTuber never heard of entertainment?
What is even...
That's-
Wait, what would be entertainment class, though?
Well,
Like, that just...
unfortunately, we don't get to find out right now. But yeah, that's a good question.
That feels
I
like a
suppose.
vague term. Being like, oh, yes, video content class. Okay, what about video content? Is it like how to make it, what to do during
I
it?
think she's going to explain. Let's hear.
That was a class.
That's because you don't need to practice talking to people. You do animation.
Apparently talk. Oh, so I guess again, storytime animators are being ignored here.
No, well,
apparently,
no,
according to
whoa.
this.
Animators do need to talk to people. For example, say there's an animation team. Regardless if you're the head or you're someone who's working
I think
under.
what is implied here is talking to an audience. That's why the term entertainment was used. But even then, still no, because animators, a lot of the time, do talk to their audience,
but-
especially nowadays,
But even
and probably also in the future.
I guess I don't know. It feels very weird to call that entertainment. I feel like maybe like speaking class or like commentary.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Like
Public speech might be a
public
good thing
speech.
as well.
You know, something. I feel like there's a better term than entertainment, because entertainment
Definitely.
again is too vague of a term to be like, oh
Entertainment class
yes.
helps YouTubers who talk to their audience be more expressive or professional. It's part of my curriculum that replaces my free time at times. Gotta keep my audience entertained while I destroy the competition. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, she's got the charisma down. She's definitely got the YouTuber charisma down. If I was watching a video starring this particular person, I probably would subscribe, not gonna lie.
I thought I'd never
I
run
do
into
quite
her.
enjoy her. She's pretty enjoyable.
Who's that? Do you know her?
That's Jackie, an overnight sensation in the beauty community.
I'm assuming we're talking about the one who is like with the
The
scowl right
scowl?
now, because the camera focus doesn't really like say which one
the
it is. 'Cause
the camera feels like it's focusing too much on like the cat girl
cat,
with white hair.
Like, meanwhile, I'm looking at that guy in the background with the devious smirk.
honestly, the one with the flower crown could be Jackie. We don't know yet.
Jackie is a beauty guru with a massive following of
Okay, this shot
Okay,
shows
I
you
feel
who
like,
we're talking
but I
to.
feel like the camera could be a bit more centralized because the camera still feels like it's slightly off center. Like if you were to cut the screen in half,
We need a jet
she's
of
not
butter
in
down there
half.
when
You
you
only
can
have
see.
like a part of her face. Like the camera.
But I haven't hit my 100Ks.
I feel like the camera needs to be centralized again. Like crap, I was in video class and they're like the 4 quadrants of video and stuff like that on the thing, and they're like talking about how you like centralize your video and make sure like a bit of the whatever the focus of the shot gotta be in each of the 4 quadrants, not just one quadrant.
I was thought about rule of thirds rather than quadrants, but
Was it?
maybe I'll look into that version.
Every time someone says quadrants, I can't help but to think of Homestuck shipping.
Homestuck?
I'll take your word on that one.
800K subscribers. Honestly, I think the fame got to her head.
Oh god, that must be the
Which
mean girl
is
bullying.
exactly what you said happens to people in your first introduction, that the more your subscribers go, the more your ego grows, which... So it wouldn't be your speculation, but more like, yes, this is definitely my ongoing theory with
Your
everyone.
generic mean girl?
Mean Girl? What do you think this is? A high school drama series?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes! Yes! Call out those tropes! I love this.
Wow, they're becoming self-aware.
Why have I not watched
Wow.
this series before?
There's only 2 episodes.
Doesn't matter.
It's just that
I still
whenever
should have
one
seen
acts
it.
like you're perfect, you begin to believe that too.
You sound like you know her personally.
Well, she did, again, her initial speech about YouTubers and ego growing implies that, yes, that is exactly what she thinks.
I used to, when she was a small channel.
Harley, I thought you said entertainment class was down the hall.
Oh god, the cat ears.
That's actually also another fascinating thing about YouTuber stuff, because yeah, because channels grow at different rates, and if someone starts off as a small channel, then that actually changes, but you know them from being a small channel to when they grow, you get to see that difference, and that has happened with a lot of people. That's why all those like friendships that start off strong end up breaking up sometimes. You see those on camera, even off camera, behind the scenes.
Meanwhile, there's Prism in the live chat who had a senior moment. So I'm going to explain. Prism spaced out. Oh yeah, we had the roommates introduce themselves to each other, have a good time walking to class together, until they bumped into the token mean girl. And then they made fun of that trope in the best way possible. And now we're just getting in retrospect of what this character is like.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
was
Sermon. Who
gonna
would have known?
ask if this person is supposed to be a cosplay YouTuber or is she like supposed
I
to be?
think it's cosplay because the ears specifically.
4 ears.
the ears, the cat ears specifically, are a very pure white, but her hair is a very off white. So I assume it's actually full on cosplay / makeup.
Yeah, I
kind of
hope so.
outfit.
They also look detached. They don't look that they fuse with the hair at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does look like it's
Okay.
prosthetics.
I was gonna say because if
The
it
tails was different color.
Because we haven't seen any like Neko people, or like we haven't seen any non-pure humans. Like we haven't
I know.
seen any of them. So
that's why I asked, because if this was supposed to be an actual like Neko person with actual cat ears and a tail, I'll be like, this is awful because it looks like fake ears and a tail because it doesn't match.
I mean, to be fair, cosplay YouTubers
Meanwhile-
do actually, in fact, exist. So you
Yeah,
know,
I know. No,
Makes
and I
sense.
know that.
Not in this academy, apparently. They
Yeah.
weren't listed.
This academy doesn't list a lot of YouTubers. Let's be honest.
I'm such a baka! Sorry, Jackie.
Oh
my god! Okay, wait. Remember Sword Art Bridge? Remember Sword Art Bridge, Jacob? Princess.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Princess Himene Child and Yan Yan tribe.
God. She is basically that character. Oh my god.
Oh, that is perfect.
She said I swear, oh my god.
Just say Baka?
That's Harley too.
Yes,
She's
listen.
an incredibly popular cosplayer who created.
There we go. So we actually do have cosplay.
Oh,
This is
okay.
how you do it. This is what Ultra Nova did right. Anyway,
tutorials for certain cosplays. Why is she hanging out with?
why makeup tutorials for certain cosplays? Why not just the cosplays?
Maybe
to be
she has a
fair,
specific
makeup can actually go into it. For example, if you want to cosplay as
I know,
Kimura,
but it feels weird to
you have
specify that, like, as if that's the requirement, and therefore she can count as a beauty guru. It's like
Also-
the process of selection again.
Also, one thing I don't get: why is the blonde girl asking, "Hey, why is she talking to the other girl?" It's like because they're both in the field of makeup, technically, and cosmetics. So of course she'd want to talk to a popular person who does makeup.
That depends. She's a jerk, so
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
you
don't know.
still, but like, listen, a lot of jerks, people do like to use each other in general, so you know. So you probably would want to approach someone who's in a similar field to you. If
I
you're
don't
gonna
get
explore
paid.
like
Yes,
this.
you don't get paid. You're not.
Unless you have too
getting
much of
paid.
an ego to do so, but apparently not.
Maybe it's because they both do makeup.
But
Oh
yes.
my gosh! I can't wait to see the type of videos they make together.
Assuming that they do make videos, so they don't just
Why
like
would you
have
even
a
want
falling
to
out
watch
right now.
videos from this girl? You know she's a jerk. Why would you want to watch her videos?
You're totally fangirling.
You know, it's kind of
aren't
like
you?
when you know that your favorite YouTuber has touched a child, but you still like their videos.
I don't really watch those YouTubers, I'm going to be honest.
Well,
Yeah,
but a
okay.
lot of
But
people
no,
still
implying
do.
that the YouTuber that you've a YouTuber that you've watched for some time, then that comes out. It's not like you can't just say, "Oh, I don't like these YouTubers who already have been called out." That's not how it works.
I mean, I don't normally refer to certain YouTubers after knowing, because I haven't watched this guy does Minecraft video in like ages. Actually,
Oh, me neither.
Like honestly, ever since everything came out, I really haven't touched much of his channel at all.
I've watched videos featuring them, like some of the collaborations, but they're versions from like other people's perspectives, but not directly from their channel.
Like,
which was a heavy blow, because again, that was the first channel I ever subscribed to on YouTube.
And keep in mind, for me at least, it's not like a boycott thing, like, oh, I've got to avoid them. It's more like, after knowing what you did, I don't want to go to your personal channel. It's one thing to see clips with them, or it's one thing to see videos where they're featured, but it's another thing to go out of your way to see them. It's like, I don't really like you, so I kind of want to avoid you like the plague.
I'm still gonna watch the Fat Reindeer and Santa's Origins every year for Christmas.
Fair enough. You know, you should probably do a stream on those during Christmas time.
Maybe.
No, I just appreciate the effort she puts into her cosplays. That's all.
Wait, actually, that's also a good thing about this, because yeah, one thing that Afmal mentioned at one point is that YouTubers still end up, are still like hyper fans of each other sometimes. In fact, that was her relationship to Markiplier at this point, because I remember when she said that she went to meet Markiplier, she was fangirling about that.
Like
So yeah,
she
that
was
does
also
happen.
a
It's a phenomenon that
massive
hasn't been explored a
Deplier
lot.
shipper.
It's a phenomenon that's not like often explored. So yeah, it's weird. This series there's both captures a lot of stuff about YouTubers specifically, but also misses the mark on a lot of them. It's weird.
It's at the other side of the school! We need to hurry! You idiot!
I'm sorry, you thought you escaped Kawaii-chan? No, you never escaped Kawaii-chan. Kawaii-chan's always around.
God,
Isn't that right,
I just want to show Bond some clips of the Sword Art Bridge character.
I mean, she only appears in one
Yeah,
episode.
I just
so
want to
she'll be fine.
show like her lines and stuff because she's hilarious and like the way the characters react to her. It's like
Also, I love the fact that her name is Princess Hime, which just means her name is Princess.
You cannot escape the Nekomimi tropes, Bon-kun.
Oh, Kawaii-chan, where are you?
Kawaii-chan, are you out there? Oh wait, I got my cell phone. Ring ring. Kawaii-chan, yeah. Hey, can you stop by? We really could use you on stream. It'd be so great.
I don't think KW was here.
Dang it!
Darn it. Well, wait. Let me call Zane at least. Hey, Zane. I think your girlfriend's on screen technically.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, she's been spacing out all day. I have no idea what's going on with her today.
Yeah. Oh, hey, KW, can you call Kawaii-chan? I want her thoughts on Catgirl over here.
Give me a minute. Hang on.
Oh wait, I can see KW coming up the stairs right now. Yeah, she'll sort her out. I'm gonna go back to doing Zane things.
Kawaii-chan is here, and oh my god, what is this abomination?
not a fan of a fellow Mifwa.
No! Hey, isn't so fake! She's an imposter!
That is true. Which, fun fact, in my street, you can legally buy prosthetic limbs to simulate being a different species, which feels inappropriate.
Genuine question though. How did Aphmau attach the tail to her butt?
Glue.
She
uses glue.
Yeah.
Kawaii-chan knows the actual answer.
Oh my god.
You mean she's done that multiple times? Oh no.
Wait, what did she ask Kawaii-chan for help? Like, Kawaii-chan, can you come
Kawaii-chan
over?
wasn't there in that scene, so Aphmau's done it again at some point.
I'm sure she does it just pretend to be a werewolf. Be like, I'll be.
Or Melissa told Kawaii-chan. Maybe Melissa and Kawaii-chan had a gossip.
Oh no, they
session
probably
between them
did. They probably were talking about Aaron and Aphmau after they realized they had so much in common. Like they're probably talking.
Oh, we did.
I knew it.
That makes. Yeah, that tracks. All right then.
Now I must go. My cupcakes are burning.
Dang.
I must go. My cooking needs me. Da, 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 da.
Oh, don't forget to set that shipping shrine later.
No, not another one.
No, we don't need another one.
I'm back.
Sorry, Jackie Chan.
She probably sews.
Jackie Chan.
Oh my god. She said yeah earlier as well.
No, I mean, but specifically Jackie Chan.
Oh my god.
Jackie Chan.
I'm sorry for spacing out, by the way. I am just work stuff is so confusing.
That's fine.
She
probably sews to each outfit. Oh dear.
Like that, or she does like a different thing every day.
Maybe. Yeah, she's just like really into character every single time.
Ugh, don't call me that. It's weird.
Gosh, they're like a comedic duo.
So, they're apparently
In a way.
You mean by
This
the
is
school?
almost like a high school drama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trope we
I
were
assume
making
there's
fun
something
of.
like that in such a competitive school like this.
Yep, they're the top channels of the school. There's another two.
So the top channel is 800K. Okay, so no one's at 1 million at the moment. Which I guess by the milestone they'll be at the end of the year if they have more than 500. Which yeah, I mean, poor Stella here has to reach 1.2 million subscribers to keep her scholarship.
I like them, Damien and Elijah.
Wait, you mean Elijah Nenson?
You know him?
Oh, so we actually, again, another thing that happened in Ultra Nova is that Nashimera, the main character, actually recognized a lot of the YouTubers that were there at the academy, which again makes sense based on the fact that with YouTubers you would recognize someone.
How could I not? He's a professional sports channel. My dad always follows his
So they do have sports channels here, but they never, I don't even know.
routines.
Yikes. That's going to be one interesting meetup.
There's no way we're going to meet. He's millions of miles away from me in terms of subs. I'm a nobody.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I'm a nobody.
Also, another aspect, intimidation on behalf of like subscriber counts. That is a real thing that happens. Sometimes people are intimidated to approach different people if they have like a much larger following. I guess under the guise of like thinking they might be used or something.
Oh
or
god.
or they might come across as trying to
Imitation.
use somebody to like pivot them up. Yeah.
I really watched the Imitation Game movie and so good. Picard.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've watched that one a couple of times as well with family.
It's so good but so sad.
At one point, for some reason, my brother called it the West Queen in it as a name. Don't know why.
Rosie, you okay?
We're just getting food again.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just waiting until the bag was done because we can't hear anything.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. That was a social cue I missed.
Let's just get to class already.
I relate to all of these characters on an individual level.
My
I love them.
For you, I do it all night. We were Molly Lifeline. I mean, I enjoyed the episode for the most part. I thought it was good.
Same here. Yeah, I think we might have finally found a good Academy series.
Oh my god, the Ghosty Curse is broken. The Ghosty Curse is broken.
That's right, yeah, because Ghosty was here the whole time. Oh my goodness, it's been lifted.
Oh my god, let's go!
Let's go!
We broke
yeah,
Ghosty's curse!
Obviously, we went into a lot of like the minor details here, but as I've always said, the more that we nitpick something, the more that it actually does mean that we actually enjoy what's being presented. I mean, it would have been too much to point out like all the different times that you know the editing ended up going in a certain way, but then again, conversely, also like when there was no sound effects the entire way through, you just get that point across, and that was that. But yeah, as far as we've got, I mean. With all of the characters we've had, apart from I guess maybe the principal, some of them do seem to like verge on stereotypical. But I mean, if anything, the blend that they have with whatever channel niche they're going for seems to be steering them in a certain direction that we haven't previously seen. And that might also be because the other characters we've seen in those forms of media that promote that stereotype also like they don't have a chance to go in a new direction like they do here. So maybe, if anything, that's why that's why this doesn't feel like a high school drama series to Stella, because like it's much more realistic in that way. I mean, although as far as realism goes, the time period is a thing to consider because, yeah, it's confirmed now that there's not much in the year to do with the year 2050. This could have very easily been set. I would say it would have been set in. I said it would have been set in modern day, but this was made during COVID, so maybe slightly further ahead in time, but not 30 years.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she picked that day just because, you know, future, cool, awesome. But if this is why sometimes I have issues when it like takes place in the future. Sometimes I'm just like, really? This is the way you get in the future?
Like,
yeah, not many gacha series do take place in the future because, if anything, it is hard to craft a story based on like what you think, because you have to speculate about a lot of things. And in this case, if you don't end up doing that correctly, you end up either coming across as obsolete or not really like taking advantage of the medium that you've given yourself.
And this
which
is
what happened here.
This is why I don't give out like year dates of like with my series or anything like that. You just know it's either like I will say if it's in the future, then yeah, it's in the future. But I don't give out like a specific date because it's like I'm not gonna tell you like how much far into the future. You just know that this is not in our time, or like something like Komai. It's supposed to be like I guess you could say present time, but differently. So, but I don't give out specific dates or anything like that just because like let's say if I have to say one thing, then it's oh no, time loop and plot holes.
I'm also going to say directly that I like the fact that every character in the series feels unique.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely like enjoy that, especially after yesterday's Academy series, where everyone just kind of blended together.
It's so bland.
I think the exception might be Damien and Jackie, who sort of seem to verge on the same basic idea. Sort of the same. I saw my same complaint with Gene and Ivy in Phoenix Job High, where where they both had the same thing, but I guess they had different methods of going about it. We haven't really seen much of Damien as of yet, so maybe there'll be more of a difference in episode 2. But for now,
yeah, it's probably the case to where they verge on the same niche, but have different ways of expressing their niche.
Yeah, or expressing their archetype in this case, really. I mean, the one character that I think probably we can use a bit more of actually is Madison, because I mean, yeah, we get the idea that she does animation. We haven't really seen her do anything to do with that, because I mean, design stuff aside, what Ada mentioned, we haven't seen her do animation or mention anything to do with that apart from that she just does that. It's just like a starting point. She's essentially like a lot of the time it's common to have the protagonist be a little bit like more blander than some of these supporting roles because they're the fish out of water, they're the blank slate almost to project themselves onto. But Madison does feel like a blank slate, but she's closer to that than the other characters are. It's a little bit of a contrast when you see there's something a little bit missing there. But again,
she did mention she has a tablet. I wonder what brand she uses. Wacom, Hirion, X Pen.
Maybe Music Note. Music Note makes headphones and tablets in the year 2050.
Maybe.
It's just a new brand.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Gacha brand. Sometimes people will do that. They'll just say the word Gacha in the actual Gacha video, and they'll be like that. Yeah, that can happen.
I guess so.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to where this goes. Again, it has a few shortcomings, but once again, when we like something, we nitpick, and we liked this.
Yeah,
I think
it looks like we only have one episode left, sadly, and it doesn't look like it has been continue. Like I even look at the community to see if she said anything. Nothing since 2 years ago, so that's sad.
Like, seems upsetting, but it happens all the time where people decide that the thing they're doing is too much work and that they'd rather do something else rather than commit the time.
This was also very common with voice actor stuff that specifically started in the year 2020. Obviously, you get your Fallen Angels where it continues, but most 2020 stuff that started at that point got cancelled because that's when the Gacha voice acting community was starting to emerge. And people thought, oh wow, there's Renegade and Music Freaks that I've just seen for the first time. I want to do something like that. I'm going to get some voice actors. Oh my goodness, this is hard. I don't want to do this anymore. Goodbye. Something like that. That was very common because people weren't used to it. Now it's like 50-50. Sometimes stuff will come out and sometimes it will not.
Yeah.
Verging on 75-25.
But even then, I'm going to probably say it's kind of like a ghosty situation where something that's impacted their physical or mental health has come up and they just haven't been able to update their channel or their audience. Because believe it or not, it is a thing that happens.
Okay, I'm sure that happens for some people, but it is a pretty huge coincidence that it just so happens that almost every single voice acted director happened to go through that. I'm sure someone did, and in fact, some of them did disclose that because again, that's the time I started auditioning for a bunch of stuff, and I was in a bunch of servers when they got cancelled. So
Yeah.
I've seen people have mentioned that sometimes, but a lot of the time it is just the case that they did not realize, or they just mentioned vague stuff like school or something like that. It's like, well, yeah, because people did not realize how time consuming it was.
Yeah, for example, like this other project is still like taking forever just because of stuff going on behind the scenes. But I am trying to get it done so it could be actually out there and everything. So that's why it's
I've got
like
to say, I've got to shout out Red Legend Studios because that's example of a creator who started in 2020 and has been making a movie ever since. And even though the production quality has been upped so much, and she's at a different stage of life now than when she started the project, she's still so committed to that message that is in the video that she's like pushing through despite any of that. And so that's why a lot of us have been in that server for 3 years, anticipating the time when it gets released, and you can bet that as soon as that's out, it's going on here too.
Yeah. And so no worries. The Zelda movie's still coming out. Just I'm not giving out a full release date or anything like that till it's actually completed. Like it can get uploaded.
Yeah, pretty much. So it died the death of the 2020 voice actor Gacha series, unfortunately. But we do have one more episode left, so we'll get to that at some other point. Actually, before we leave, Ghosty, do you have anything else to say? Because we can get pros and cons from you at the end.
Oh, pros and cons. I like that every character feels unique. This series definitely has its own visual personality, its own individual spark, if you will. I think some of the asset art could use some work, mostly because it's evidently clear to me that most of the backgrounds, although they are custom, are, like every other gacha tuber taken off of prefix or something.
Yeah.
And also, I guess con would be narration from you.
The opening narration.
There's narration not once, but twice. We get exposition about the world and how everyone wants to be a YouTuber, and then character exposition. Like
we also get Madison introducing herself twice in the exact same way on screen.
We also have a character looking directly at the camera and being like, "Hey, I'm here doing this. You know what that says to me? You know what? I'm doing this thing here, but I have no idea how to start it."
Moral of the story, check out Ultra Nova. And that has 10 episodes, so you get more for your time. All right, then. I think that's it for now. So please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters.
Bye-bye.
And subscribe if they're not already so that I can enter my mid 100K someday. And on that note, until